Hello everybody, let us know if you can hear us, because we're having a lot of problems and we just want to make sure that you can. I currently have Tyler on standby, seeing if the sound is working. And I'm waiting for your glorious faces to tell me if I'm muted or not, which would suck if I was. So I'm just going to keep talking.
Sound is good.
And, yay! Hello everybody! Welcome to Arcade again! With the other thingy of everything working. We're totally great. We're get out of here! Get. There's somebody over there might be playing later today. Welcome, everybody. We're having a lot of tech problems, but it's okay. It's okay now. Everything's fixed. It's all right. We're here. We love you. And also, thank you, Mario Sack, for the donation earlier. I forgot to call it out. I think we were muted when we did. But thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Things are broken. Thank you, Mario Sack.
Yeah. Thank you, Mario Sack. So, I'm going to explain it again, just in case nobody... Where did that come from? Weird.
It's a ghost.
It's a ghost. Just to explain again, this is Season 2. It isn't a different game. It's not a new campaign. It's the same game. We've got some similar characters. However, some people have left the party. So we have some new characters coming in. A little bit of a new story, new arc for the players to go in on. So if you've never seen Sunder before, welcome. I'll explain everything that's going on so that you're not confused. But check out our sponsor, Easy Roller Dice. I already talked about them. I don't want to do it again. But... welcome, guys. We have new overlay. We've got some new art. Thank you, Victoria, a.k.a. Sari, on our Discord, who made the art for the characters. We should have new art for the new characters coming soon. They're not done yet, but they're currently blurred right now. Not to know who they are. Ooh, it's crazy.
2 pieces of art now.
Yeah. So, last we left off on Sunder. Well, just to start from the beginning, everybody here is in this game, in this land, called Sunder, which is a place over in the world somewhere. The party had started, they met together when they went up to the city in the north to take care of like a monster, and that's how they met together. In their party, they currently had 2 other characters named Turk and Fee, who were played by Marshall and Tim. They went into the Underdark. They ended up stopping this evil cult of Drow by killing like their leader. They got saved by an old character, and they went to a city called Avernus, where they attempted to stop the summoning of a demon, but that didn't happen, and they kind of left, and they all got like super wanted for what they did there, and the guards were kind of after them. So the party dubbed themselves the Wanted Wanderers, because as we learn more about the characters' backstories, they are all more or less hunted by different groups of people. Viola hunted by her family. Olivier also hunted by her family. And a school for you. You once appeased a archdevil named Zariel, but since then have broken that oath.
Now become hunted by her.
And now you are hunted by them. The only 2 who were not hunted were probably Turk and Fee. They were probably the only ones.
Well, no, Fee.
Turk was sort of hunted by the Drow because he was the one
Fee
who
was
killed
hunted by her sister.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, the last couple of episodes, they made their way south to a valley called the Red Valley, where a dragon named Rixes was like, hey, he was a red dragon. He's like, my people are dying. The dragons in the world they're becoming extinct, and I want to have an heir. I'm not going to be evil. I want to go against my ways so that I can appease humans and people so that I can continue my race. So he wanted the party to go find a young red dragon. That's when they met up with this group of dragon hunters and their leader, Krieg, who ended up being Zephyr's father. He did all these things. He kidnapped Turk's brother and did all these awful things to try to get you guys to stop getting this dragon because he wanted them dead because dragons killed like his family. To summarize everything that happened, he ended up making a pact with Zariel, your once patron, or god perhaps, and he ended up making a deal to summon her to kill Rixes so that he can end dragons once for all. You guys attempted to stop that and failed. Zariel was brought to the material plane. She went over to the nearby city and was going to destroy it. However, Rixes was like, nope, I care about my people. He left. They tried to save him. However, Zariel ended up killing Rixes in the process, and she has disappeared. In this time, Fee and Turk have realized that their place in the party is very non-existent. They both needed some time away. They wanted to head and do other things, so Fee ended up leaving the party for her own safety, and because other NPCs had showed up for her to possibly start a new life somewhere else, and Turk joined her, which was a last-minute decision by Marshall. Thank you. I've only been panicking the past 2 weeks about what the hell I'm going to do about that, because he didn't get me his character until about last week. So...
I've only been panicking for 2 weeks because I had a week.
I'm just kidding. That's just a little hyperbole on my part, but no. The party is now the wanted wanderers have now dwindled down to a few. Viola, aka Vincent, which was revealed. You are altered self tiefling with 2 different egos. And 2 different identities.
2 different egos.
That's true, though.
Egos.
2 different egos.
Yeah. Olivier, human. Oh, you're a wizard. Olivier, our human fighter who did stuff, and you'll learn more about Olivier and Zephyr, paladin warlock of the Celestial,
played by Colton, who likes to cross class.
Who likes to cross class every single time he plays any of my games. So. The 3 of you, you have Julian with you, right? So Julian is an NPC that showed up during the Red Valley kind of arc and is a long-distant friend of Viola's / Vincent, who they were kind of once lovers maybe at a time, but since then some stuff has happened and now he is just kind of traveling along.
Ever since Julian learned that Viola is also Vincent.
Yeah.
Julian was like,
Julian will remember that.
We're a Telltale game now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so,
wait. Shit.
You guys are have just left. You leave behind Turk and Fee in the distance.
We're going south, right?
And you start making your way south along the road. It's going to take quite a while for you guys to get to Whitecap, which is your destination.
Isn't it like a month?
It depends. It depends on which way you're going to go. There are 2 different routes. There's a mountain, there's like a mountainous region in the center from what you can tell on your maps. And that would be quicker to get through there. However, mountains are dangerous. You could also go around the mountains. It'll take longer, but it's a little bit safer. Through the mountains is 420 miles. Along the land is 720 miles. It's about half. It is up to you on the difference in which you want to go. Your horses, at a normal pace, can go about 48 miles a day.
Does the height difference with the mountains affect our traveling speed at all?
The height? Maybe. It's riskier to go into the mountains. It could possibly take longer. You don't know what the weather is up there. It could be, there could be a ton of snow, there could be blizzards, it could be monsters. No clue. It is, however, only 420 miles in comparison to 720 miles. 420, blaze it. In the mountains.
Either of you guys in any particular hurry?
I guess not.
Valleys it is then.
Do I remember, wait, no. How many horses do we have?
You currently have your 3, right?
Ild.
I had a horse. Fee had a horse.
Your
Fee
summoned
left.
horse. Fee left on her horse.
We only had 2 horses, didn't we? Because yours died.
Yep.
But you have a horse.
I have a horse.
So Olivier's with me and you and Julian?
Sure.
Yeah, Julian doesn't have a horse
We have
either.
a cart,
What?
don't we?
No,
You got
we
rid of the
left
cart.
We lost the cart.
it. We didn't lose it. We left it.
Oh.
I think you guys got rid of it because you had to speed run back to the circle in order to stop the people from summoning stuff.
Sure.
And you weren't going to do that with a cart.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So you're on Ild. You and Julian are on 1 horse. Your horse's name is Moose.
Yes.
And you guys are traveling.
But what's the problem with going up the mountains?
It's cold.
I mean, I don't really care. It's up to you guys. I'm just not in any particular hurry. It's been quite a last couple of months. And some nice traveling instead of
Quite tired, yes.
mountains where we're going to be fighting things might be a good change of pace.
You know we're gonna fight?
More likely.
Okay. I just would rather get to the place.
So we can take the mountains. It's up to you guys. I don't really care either way.
Do you care?
No, not at all. I don't care.
I'd rather go up.
Let's do the mountains then.
All right. So you guys are going to be on horseback going into the mountains. That is going to... And what pace do you guys want to go?
No.
You got a slow... If you do a slow pace, you will be going...
Sorry.
If you're going at a slow pace, I believe you guys get to retain passive perception or stealth.
Yeah.
Let's find out what the difference is in travel pace.
Pretty sure fast pace means that you take a -5 to your passive perception. Normal is normal passive perception, and you have to go slow to stealth because rogues get a thing where you can move normal speed and stealth.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
up to
like a
you guys.
special ability.
You won't be on lookout as much. You might run into things quicker if you go a fast pace. However, you're going fast. Like it's 64 miles a day. That means you could feasibly get there in 6 days. If you go 6.5 days. Walking this distance take almost 2 weeks. However, if you go on a fast pace with the horse through the mountains, which is probably the fastest thing you could possibly do to get there, you get there in about 6 days.
I think we should go fast-paced going up, and then once we get up there, maybe go normal pace.
So normal pace to the mountain. Once we get to the mountain, we'll go fast, and then normal going down.
Okay.
No,
No, like fast to get to the mountain?
fast to get to the mountain.
Normal at the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or then once we get to the top of the mountain, maybe slow. And then going back down, normal.
All right. You guys start heading south, and eventually, after about a day, you make it out of the Red Valley, and you continue pushing further south. The climate continues to get warmer as you head south. It is about the equivalent to January, almost February for my world, and it's still cold. At night, it still gets into the negatives, but during the day, sometimes if you're lucky, it'll get into 80s, maybe mid-70s. So sometimes it's pretty warm. It's like that annoying back and forth of like, gotta put on a jacket at night, but then I gotta take it off during the day. So you guys continue.
Except for me.
Except for you, because you are awesome.
Go
You guys continue making your way south, and you can see the mountains in the distance. You don't know the names of them, but you know they're there. You continue make your way across grasslands, through
It
hills.
makes me really uncomfortable.
What? That you don't know
You
the
don't
names
know
of them?
the names of them, but you know they're there.
Yeah, you can see them, but maybe they have a name, but you don't know what they are. Because you didn't ask anybody.
Maybe it's like Goblin Mountain.
Yeah, it's like kill, death, die, goblin, murder mountains.
Do not enter mountain.
Yeah. He went through the mountains, the only mountains, it's literally titled Do Not Go Here Mountains. And you went through them!
Those mountains over there. Right on the map.
Yeah.
Those mountains.
They look similar. They're not super crazy tall mountains. They kind of look like ours, our mountains, those ones over there that you don't know about. And as you guys can ride up to them, and
They look like mountains with snow on them.
yeah, they're snowy at the top. They're very, very, very snowy. And there's a few overcast days as you get closer towards it. It becomes colder as you make your way towards the mountains. The climate kind of differs as you start rising in elevation very slowly. You haven't seen a forest in a few days, which is weird. It's just flat, like yellow grasslands. And eventually you make your way into hills. And eventually you start making your way up into the mountains. And you guys are camping every night. You're, how are you guys doing on food?
I have yet to open up my character.
Well, I carry all your food anyways.
You do.
For the two of us.
Oh, I didn't do my new health. Also.
For the two of us, I have.
I think you guys are level 7 now, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to do
Oh
health.
yeah, we're supposed to roll health.
Oh yeah, let's roll health.
Roll health.
Alright, Zephyr, roll your D10. What are you leveling into?
I leveled into paladin.
Oh, okay.
I got a 8.
Cool. Olivier, roll your D10.
I have rolled
She keeps rolling
less
a
than
3.
average.
What'd you get, a 2?
3.
3? Nice, nice.
Come on, 6.
You got a 5?
I don't want to talk about it.
You got a 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just so you know, it's so unfortunate when we roll 2s because Jacob lets us reroll 1s on health, but not 2s.
You know what my average is supposed to be? 64. Do you know what it is?
What?
55.
What's your armor class again?
22.
22? Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, that's kind of
Do you
low
wanna-
for armor class.
Do you want to know what my average is supposed to be? 62. Do you want to know what it is? 81.
What's your armor class?
21.
How much damage can you do in a round?
This is
Don't
where
ask
I'm
me for
strong.
anything.
You just made a video about this being where I'm strong.
Anyways, you guys continue making your way towards the mountains.
Yo, 60 people. Thank you so much.
Holy crap. Hey guys,
That's like
welcome.
triple the normal.
Welcome to our crappy game.
Hey.
Don't listen to him. You'll stop watching.
You continue, and
Why is it so funny to you?
there's nobody there.
Okay, I'm talking to Casper.
These new people that we can make a good first impression on. Welcome to our crappy game. That's why it's funny.
You guys can see a forest in the distance. You'll probably make it to about maybe midday. It's the morning.
Are we good on food?
Yeah, how much food do you guys
How
have?
many days had we traveled?
It's been 3 days.
We have 7 days worth left if it's just the two of us eating it.
I'm gonna.
If you need to eat it too.
I'm gonna
No,
go.
I have 5 days of rations.
Okay.
Just in case,
I'm gonna
go and
If we've already traveled 3 days.
hunt for food.
Are you cool with me going ahead and deleting the rations that we would have already used over 3 days?
I'll just kill them and eat them. I've got fireball.
Cook them and kill them.
Mmm.
So-
donation.
What's the donation?
$60 from Call Chaos.
Whoa!
It's the
Ooh,
last
Call
few streams, so
Chaos.
here we go.
Call Chaos, thank you so much. Is it US dollars?
US dollars.
Holy crap, dude! Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. That is insane. You really help support the stream to get us new equipment and new stuff like that. So thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. I have no words. You guys can see a forest in the distance, and what?
Should we? It's also Canadian dollars, not US dollars. CA is Canadian.
It's that's still
It's
very
still
similar to ours.
It's still $60 that he's giving.
Crazy.
That's not the translated amount. That's what he's giving. Should we do donations at the break?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So.
It's like whenever.
Can we? I want to I want to go find something to eat.
You want to find something to eat?
Yeah.
Like throughout the past 3 days? Go ahead and roll survival check.
19.
That's a good
19?
first roll.
That's not my first roll. My first roll was 8.
Oh, that's a good second roll.
You find a few rabbits. They're not very good. They're kind of the terrain you're in does not have a lot of wildlife in it. So you find about 3 of them, and you can eat them throughout the day. But they're not like super full of meat.
They're
but
mountain
it works.
rabbits.
They're mountain
So
rabbits.
they're like disgustingly gamey.
Yeah, it's not like gross, but it's like better than eating rations. It's better than rations, but
Okay.
it's not like the best.
So you don't have to delete my rations then.
Okay.
Just delete the ones for you.
I love you, Robbie Reed. Olivier, yo, is there McDonald's anywhere?
That would be Olivier. I'm just like. So
Alright,
back in
so
Regia,
we have-
there was McDonald's. Is there any nearby?
You know the golden arches?
So,
Yeah.
the Golden Arches. So,
I'm sorry.
I'm a paladin of the Golden Arches. I have to spell trends for cholesterol.
if you guys want to see essentially that character, watch Waterdeep also. Logan plays that
Oh,
at some
yeah.
point.
Chivas?
Chivas.
Yeah. Anyways.
So we have 17 days of rations for one person.
All right, you
But we
guys-
split up as needed.
You're fine. As you guys begin to move forward, as you start making your way towards the forest, you can see the terrain kind of dips down into sort of like a ravine, almost like there would be a river or a lake here. However, all of the water is dried out because it's kind of winter, and there is this really large bridge kind of spanning over the top of it. And you guys start making your way towards it, and as soon as you do, a figure very quickly from underneath the bridge spins, turns, and flips and lands on the front of it, and then stands there staring at you. As you get closer, you get a better look at this person. They aren't human. They have like a hood. What?
He's gonna have to say his riddle.
Yeah.
Might detect us.
They're wearing like this deep, like forest green clothing. There's this bow on the back, and you notice they're not human. They have a very fuzzy-looking face. There's a snout that kind of pulls forward that resembles that of a fox.
Okay.
Marshall, would you like to
It's
introduce your character?
Marshall.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Hello, Marshall.
Call Chaos, another $20 tonight, everyone. I just broke my own rule.
Yeah.
It was a good segue.
Stop looking at the chat. Play the game.
Good day.
Hello,
You
fox
see this
person.
figure standing on the bridge facing all of you.
How are you folks?
Quite well. How are you, fox person?
I'm doing quite alright. And where might you be headed today?
Whitecap.
Across the bridge.
Across the bridge, that's marvelous.
Is this your bridge, fox person?
Unfortunately, it is. Yes, it is my bridge. It is.
Can we cross your bridge?
Oh, I'd be happy to let you cross my bridge.
All right.
Yes. By the way, my name's Neelix. Happy to meet you.
Neelix.
Yes.
I knew someone called Bellix. That's quite
Oh, no way.
a fun thing.
I forgot about that person. I'd be happy to let you cross my bridge, but unfortunately there is a toll to pay. I don't get to
Toll.
control that. Yes.
You don't get to control your own toll.
Well, I might have been a bit overpresumptuous by calling it my bridge. It's not my bridge.
Whose bridge is it?
Well, it belongs to my boss.
Your boss.
Yes,
May I
he
speak to
owns. I'm afraid not. See,
Well-
he's a rather secretive man. It's a kind of a bandit, a group of us. See, and we manage this bridge. It's how we make our money. But don't worry, on a small fee, I can give you a safe passage. Because otherwise, this bridge is quite dangerous, and my group won't let you pass unless you pay.
How much is the toll?
You can tell, even though they're scraggly, these are very clearly adventurers, and most of the time, adventurers are quite wealthy. These aren't just merchants or travelers or anything. These are like, you're deceptively rich.
Well, you seem like nice folks. You seem like nice
Quite nice
folks.
folks.
Yes, and you seem like you've been traveling for quite a while.
Yes.
So, tell you what, I cut you guys a deal. Usually he makes me hike up the price pretty high, but I think I can lower it down for you. It only costs you maybe 10 platinum a person.
10 platinum a person.
Yes.
I think I know
I
how to
think
take on
that
your
we
people.
should murder this person. and
Whoa, hey! I'm just doing my job here. I'm not trying to...
I've had a very hard week, and I do not want to pay 10 platinum a person to cross your bridge.
Hey, if you don't want to
I would
pay,
rather-
that's fine. And you can, I mean, you're welcome to cross on your own. I'm just letting you know it won't end well for you.
I think we'll be fine.
Your boss is on the other side of the bridge, I assume?
There's several of us on that bridge.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yes, yeah, me
Roll
too.
insight.
Yeah, I'll also roll insight.
I keep forgetting you can insight other players.
Ooh,
That
yes.
would be 17.
That was a
A
bad
17?
11.
11?
roll.
You're not lying, are you?
11.
As far as I'm aware, you aren't.
Oh, no, I'm not lying. No.
You guys, he's certain.
Several other people across the bridge, you said?
It's just going to be very dangerous on there.
You guys all suddenly hear an echoing sound of a... And it just kind of echoes from underneath the
Is your
bridge.
boss a giant frog?
No,
How do
my
you
boss
communicate
is
with a giant
not
frog?
a giant frog.
Sounds like a giant frog. Do you hear
I'm
that?
gonna look down.
I'm gonna look under. Yeah.
You look under? You look under the bridge and make a perception check.
I'm gonna be. He's like, wait, you don't have to quite do that. I mean, trust me, it's dangerous. You don't want to get down there.
Trust me, I don't care.
19?
Okay.
You do. You look down and you see a very peculiar sight. Crawling under the bridge, you see moving very slowly, attempting to be very stealthy, a massive frog.
I was right.
It's bipedal, has these massive eyes, and it's
It's bipedal?
below the frog. You can see 3 or 4 people, and they're just frozen, staring at it as it just kind of slowly moves.
Are those 3 or 4 people wearing the same type of garb as this guy over here?
Sort of. They don't look exactly like him. They're also humans.
Reasonable enough to assume that they might be connected.
Maybe.
They seem like they're like in shock
They-
with the frog though.
They look at you, and they just don't know what to do.
Now, so you can easily avoid this problem if you just gotta pay
Yeah,
the
there's a
toll, and
giant
it's not an
frog.
issue. And I can
The
easily
frog
lead you
problem?
a safe
What
route
frog?
away.
There's actually a frog.
Yeah.
I look.
There's also about 4 other people down there, and I assume they're yours.
As soon as you say that, you hear a Neelix! Neelix, everything's going wrong! They're crawling under the bridge, they're coming! And then you watch as that thing kind of turns its head upside down and immediately falls onto the ground silently and then they're all like, whoa! And then, as it's standing there, it kind of like slowly moves towards them.
Hey, I think if you don't do something, your people are gonna die. Let us cross the bridge and I'll help you.
Yeah, those are people who didn't pay, see? So now they're gonna have to... I
They
mean, I
called
could have
out
given
your
them a
name.
safe route.
You're gonna kill them?
They called out your name.
Yeah, I told you my name too. That doesn't mean you're my people.
Everything's
don't want
gone
us to help
wrong,
them.
Neelix.
What?
You said everything's gone wrong. Sounds like a plan.
I think we should just go for the frog,
What?
guys.
What? Everything's gone wrong. What do you mean?
They yelled out, Neelix, everything's gone wrong. Sounds like... Hey, you guys know Neelix?
We'll help you if you tell the truth.
No!
Insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
You're gonna incite that?
I know that they but why not?
Alright.
14.
At the moment, you guys then suddenly, Neelix, from behind you, you hear a... And then from behind you, you see, you turn around, and you see one of those creatures standing on the bridge as it kind of gets down on all fours and just stares at you.
How close is it?
About 40 feet.
Ah, crap!
So do you want our help or not?
We're pretty good at this.
Well, it seems like at this point there's not really an option.
Yes. All right.
He pulls out a bow.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm going last, probably.
Just as a reminder, for those of you that don't know what level 6 Paladin does, if you're within 10 feet of me and have to make a save, you have a +3 to that. Because it's my charisma bonus. So,
Dang.
Neat.
I just screwed up his voice. Tony did the wrong voice.
He
for
was
him.
doing a ploy.
He was. It was all. Yeah, I was faking
I'm
it.
really glad you decided not to go with Foghorn Leghorn.
Mm-hmm.
Foghorn Lake.
I'll say. Pay me the. Oh.
All right.
Hey, would you say that I had observed this enemy for at least 1 minute?
No.
Dang.
You have observed this enemy for at least 1 minute.
What is that?
Told me to say it.
That's for?
Huh?
What is that
You
for?
don't need to worry about it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
I don't remember the specifics, but I
Alrighty.
kind of know what that's for.
Right.
You know what? We're just gonna use Notepad.
That's really nice. Yeah! When in doubt.
When in doubt, Notepad.
Notepad's always there to save your ass.
All right. 25 to 20.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Not today.
Oh, yeah. 23.
Nice.
Hey, someone can roll over a 20 initiative in this party now.
I have a better initiative than Ranger. No?
2015. 20 to 15.
Nope. I have -1 as this character.
15 to 10.
14.
14.
13.
13. Oh my gosh.
Spencer.
Spencer.
What'd you get?
6.
Okay.
The watermelon
and
dice
this
have failed
thing
me.
goes last.
Oh. Because Tim's not here.
All right, Neelix, you're first. You know, that's how I thought your name was supposed to be said, was Neelix, not Nelix. But okay.
No, Neelix. Neelix is fine.
All right.
Neelix is.
It's your
I'm
turn.
screwed up his voice. I'm doing all things wrong.
It's your turn.
Blah 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 blah. So
It's not as bad as the microphones.
so what's going on? I see the frog. He's 40 feet away.
Yep.
Is there any other frogs?
There's one below you, and you can hear like, "Ah!" And as you kind of peer over the bridge, you can see 3-4 of those guys. They're currently running while throwing and shooting arrows behind them as one begins to chase them.
They're throwing arrows?
No, they're throwing daggers and shooting arrows. Oh, I forgot my bow!
I'm not very good
but
at
I'm gonna
this.
try and do my thing first.
Okay.
And pardon me, guys. I'm new to this class. I'm thinking all the crap I can do.
It's okay.
It's
There's a
always
lot.
hard when you're starting a new class above level 3.
Also, can we unpack
Well,
his
and this
thing?
guy has he
No,
has
we can't.
so
We
many
need to
things
wait
that he can
until
do.
Mystery Guest 2 has been announced.
Okay, I choose. I'll step 10 feet forward and choose the frog in front of me
Okay.
as my chosen creature. So whenever I do damage to him, he takes an extra D8 of force damage.
Perfect.
So the arrow like builds up force and then hits him. And I guess I'll yeah, that's it. I'll just do that and then
Right,
fire
you
2
have
arrows at
extra,
him.
you have extra attacks, so roll 2 arrows. Roll 2 attacks.
Okay, 26 and 16.
You got him.
Nice.
So you,
All right.
you load 2 arrows and you pull them back, and as soon as you let them go, you all kind of see this like warp in time and space itself. It's like kind of like almost like the like a force push. It's like the world around the arrows just begins to kind of shift, and they have this immense speed that flies out from the arrow and lands into the frog.
That's 25 damage.
Oh my gosh! You hurt him badly. You get one in his eye and another in the mouth,
And then I'm gonna back up another 25 feet.
All right, you back up another 25.
Because I have 35.
Yeah, you move with a lot of speed. Zephyr.
How far is the drop?
The drop, 40 feet.
If I go over to the other side, what's the chances I can land on a giant frog?
You would have to make a really good athletics check.
I can do that.
So you're wanting to jump off the bridge and
Off the
land
bridge,
on the other
yeah.
frog?
Down on the other frog.
Okay.
What's our inspiration at right now?
Levels, I think it's still a D10.
Alright, I'm gonna just add that.
Talk about
Or a D8.
I don't think I'll need to add that. I got a 26. Because I'm really good at athletics.
Must be nice.
It must be nice.
Stop.
You haven't done that in a while. But it's...
Well, I saw Lin-Manuel Miranda released the remix of One Last Time, and it reminded me about Hamilton.
Yeah.
So, 28. Or sorry, 25. What am I saying, 28?
I thought I said 26.
I'm bad at math. 26, thank you, Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
The game didn't expect me to drop, so 26.
26? Yeah, roll attack. You have advantage.
Awesome. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, well, that was disappointing. It's still, hopefully, 18 hits.
An 18? Yep.
Alright,
Roll
cool.
damage. You're gonna
And
smite.
I get 2 attacks.
Oh, yeah.
And
How are you doing 2 attacks?
Previously, when I've done
Oh,
stuff
okay.
like this, you flavored it. And a 24.
Well, explain how you do 2 attacks.
In the fall, I'll like smash into it, and I'll just kind of
Okay,
like,
alright.
force it down.
Okay.
And I will use 1 level 1 smite.
Okay.
Not.
We did determine you can only re-roll the Great Weapon Master
Yes,
on your weapon
we agreed
attacks.
on that.
Yeah.
Because it is a little bit ridiculous. Is this an undead or a fiend? I doubt it. But
No.
yeah, it would be.
Undead frog.
I don't know.
That is bipedal. The fact that this thing's bipedal just makes it way scarier.
Yeah, it looks like it should be sitting down, but then it's like, it just stands up and it's like, it's like super weird.
32.
32. You land on this thing and bring your axe into it, slicing into it, and as soon as you do, you cave in its head in, and it hits the ground, it hits the sand, and it dies instantly. And as you turn around and you do that, you look behind you and there's nobody there. Where once was 3 people who were running and trying to shoot at this thing, they're gone. They completely
Can I roll
dissipated.
perception to see if they're hiding, or is
Sure.
there nothing for them to
There's
hide?
nothing for them to hide behind it. It's literally like you saw them, you hit it, you looked up, they were gone.
My passive is 13. So. Alright.
Everybody else make perception checks.
Yeah, I think your people ran away or they died. I'm not sure which.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
You were watching like a hawk, and you literally saw them disappear as soon as Zephyr made contact with the head of this thing. They evaporated.
The frog did?
No, the
Sorry.
people. The
Oh.
dudes who were under the bridge and they were running. They're completely gone. As soon as Zephyr killed this thing.
Guys, I think his friends are frog people.
Olivier. He says, shooting into them. It's your turn.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Are there any that are like right next to each other?
No.
No
One's on the bridge, the other one's way down below the
Been
bridge.
dead.
And dead. So there's one.
So I'll go for the one on the bridge.
Alright, what's your movement speed?
My movement speed
Oh,
is
you're on a horse.
30.
Alright, so you can spend 15 to get 5 to get off the horse if you want. And the thing is currently 40 feet away.
Oh,
Ooh, it's cold in here.
it is cold here.
Feels great.
Feels really nice.
Feels wonderful.
That's real cold.
That is not correct.
Can I go over on my horse and then get off? Or would that take up my entire...
You can spur Ild to try to get him to go.
Oh, Ild will listen to her. Because Ild can talk to me, so...
Right.
Let's go. Also, I have Craig.
Yeah, he's behind you.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Craig has his little, like, tank wheels.
Yeah, he's currently in. He's like, and he's like, oh, it takes me a minute to come out of this. And he's currently like trying to get out of it. You spur Ild, and Ild just starts charging
very
forward.
Slow Autobot.
You make it over towards the thing. You can like drive by attack, hit it if you want to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, roll 2 attacks.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do goading attack.
Okay.
So when you hit with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die
Uh-huh.
to add to the total damage to the roll, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is a DC of 14. On a failure, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than you until the end of your next turn.
Awesome.
Really cool.
Stab it in the eyes.
So here, I'll do that one first.
Do the first attack.
That would be
Well, does it say when you hit?
a dirty 20.
All right. Yep. Roll damage, and add that D8.
There's also this one. That would be a 13.
That one doesn't.
Okay.
So that second one, go and roll 2d8 plus your strength.
Are your superiority dice still D8s or are they D10s now? Because they do go up.
They're D8s
Pretty
still.
sure they're still D8s.
Okay.
I have 5 now, though.
Yeah, you get more and they go up as time goes on.
I didn't notice
Your
that.
damage.
I'm sorry. That would be... I can't remember. That would be 9 damage.
All right, cool. You ride over to this thing and you slice it in the eye. You completely lodge it out of its skull. The entire thing just falls onto the ground and dies.
Okay.
And they are all gone.
Well, good job, team.
All the frogs are gone?
Yep.
Oh, dang.
So you like turned and you shot 2 arrows into the one, and then she came by, like rode past you, and then like sliced it and it died.
Oh.
And you watched him jump off and just split like the entire thing in half.
Why are your friends frog people?
They're not my friends.
They're not your friends.
I'll climb my way up the...
Why would you hang out with
Okay.
frogs if they're not your friends?
Well, as you can see, I wasn't really hanging out with them. I was just watching the bridge. This is a bit awkward.
Why don't you explain it to us?
Well, I was just looking for some money.
Right.
Yeah,
Should've been safer about that.
What do you mean?
Well, you kind of picked on the wrong people.
Yeah.
Just asking for money. You didn't have to. I didn't realize you were so ruthless. I mean, I was just looking for some extra cash, and he seems like.
You see Julian kind of perk up. He says, "Hey, what do you need money for?"
It's a bit awkward. I'm just broke, to be honest. I haven't been on the road for quite a while, and don't really know where I'm at. This is I don't have any idea where this place is.
What are you looking for?
I'm actually kind of lost, so I was just trying to find my way to a town. I knew
Julian looks
someone-
to all of you and he says, "We pay this guy. He's in our good graces. Why don't we just? I'll give him money."
Do you want to come with us?
Where are you guys headed?
Did you see him shoot that thing? He shot it in the eyeball.
That'd be great. I'm actually heading the same direction.
Too busy jumping off a bridge.
Yeah, Zephyr. I know. I'm just saying.
Do you have a horse or something? Or something?
Wait, for real? You ride horses?
We kind of...
We're on horses.
That's right.
I just
Forgot.
attacked something on a horse.
You guys ride horses. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Hey, do you think Ild would be able to fit one more? Would you mind walking?
Might just have to go at a slow
Sounds like
pace.
you're not used to riding on a horse anyways.
Nope.
Can you make
No, I'm
2
not.
horses?
But I mean, that's fine. I can adjust to the new area. Sure. I'd love to. If you guys are willing to take me, you're not going to kill me.
We
Anything.
don't kill people for no reason.
You did, I mean,
I
you did just threaten to kill me when I asked for money.
It was a
She's
a
been,
fear tactic. I don't murder people unless they try to hurt me first.
it's been a really long week. I think. Who are you right now?
I'm Viola.
Okay. She's
Who
just.
are you right now?
Sorry.
I forgot to buy glasses.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Here, I don't have anything to help you. She's just, she's just tired, you know.
Quite
Long week, long month, you know.
For sure, I understand.
Lots of horrible things have happened recently to us.
We lost 2 friends, kind of. In
Yes.
a way. They
Oh
left.
man, I'm sorry
And
to
there
hear
was
that.
a demon that was summoned who tried to kill us,
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
there was a dragon who died.
We'll tell you
because
on the
of
way.
us. And you know,
Maybe I need to travel with somebody else.
I mean,
don't
we're still
know.
alive. We're still
This
alive.
seems like that's
Yeah,
okay.
we
That's a good point.
handled it.
That's a good point.
and that should be good enough for you too. You know.
Besides, we're going to Whitecap. Once we get there, if you don't like us, just leave.
Well, hey, you know what? Why don't we test his abilities? Why don't we see what he can do? I mean, sure, he shot 2 arrows. What if that's all? That's
Yeah.
all.
What do you do exactly? Like, do you just cast
What's your
spells?
skill set, buddy?
Do you suggest a spar?
Well, I'm a pretty good tracker.
Cut
It's
his
kind
head
of it's kind of my thing. I'm pretty good at finding how to find people and track them down. That's really quite a skill set I have.
Can you hunt?
Oh, I'm a great hunter. Are you kidding me? Come on, who are you talking to?
So you'll find more things.
Great,
than just-
good.
I'd be happy to help you find some food.
Hey.
Food is like
Find something better than crappy rabbits.
oh,
Sorry,
for sure.
okay?
I've traveled from different worlds and places.
Worlds.
Yes, I have.
I'd like to hear more about that.
Well, it was quite a journey. It's kind of how I ended up here. I'm a bit, like I said, I'm a bit lost.
I learned a new spell. I can get him to work to be on the horse. Well,
What?
if you want to ride on this horse, I know how to.
You can make a horse.
Hang on. He pulls out. Julian pulls out his book. And he begins to flip through it. Then he starts casting a spell, and you watch as Julian shrinks into about a foot tall. And he says, "There."
Why would you need that
That's
spell?
kind of cool.
I don't know. I've never used it, but this is like the perfect
You
time.
know how you like to use basil?
Oh yeah, I love
Right
basil.
there. Wait, there's another basil.
I am
That's
not
weird.
a mouse.
That's weird.
Well, you guys seem like you know this land pretty well.
Somewhat.
I've never been this way before.
This
I'm
is
curious, actually. He pulls out a platinum coin. He says, "This is yours if you can hit it," and he chucks it. Rolls
Where is
it.
Okay, I guess I'll do the best I can.
Is it his size?
Can
or
I-
Is it normal
It's
size?
a normal platinum.
So he pulls out
A tiny
coin the
platinum?
size of him.
Yeah, frisbee.
Like a shot put, pretty
It
much.
barely
No,
gets it off the horse.
it's a tiny coin, and then he tosses it, and then it turns into a normal size coin.
Hold on. Let's see if I can use something.
You know, hunter's mark
That
the
just gives you
platinum
more
coin.
damage. He's gonna break it.
I have perfected senses. I gain action to gain plus 20 bonus to wisdom and perception checks.
That's not to your
I
time.
know, I know. I was trying to.
That's crazy though.
What'd you get?
You roll one.
Nope, but I rolled a 2. So I rolled an 11.
An 11?
Oh,
Yes.
it's plus 9.
But I can fire 2 arrows.
Roll your second one. You're like,
Dang it.
what'd you get?
One better. So I got a 12.
12. You fire 2 arrows, and they both. One of them just barely misses, the other one hits it, and it lands onto the bridge and sits there. And Julian's like, "You can hit a flying coin."
I'm gonna go over there and pick up the coin. Can I pick up my arrows?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
No, the other one's
Yeah, okay.
gone.
lost
The other one landed on the bridge. Hey, I just feel a little unsafe with, the loss of Turk, who was our meatbag, and Fee, who, was cool.
I mean, we didn't say he couldn't come with us. We
I know, I'm
invited
just
him.
trying to... I'm just saying.
Rationalize it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't make
That's
you
it.
feel better, but okay.
Does or doesn't?
Doesn't.
I'm also really interested. I've never seen one of you before.
Yeah, I come from rather far away, I'm afraid. So, like I said, I don't even know how I got into getting here. It was a bit of a crazy journey.
Both of you roll history.
History. I'm pretty bad at this.
I'm good at history.
Did you get 13?
18?
Okay. You've never seen any of these before. Neither of you. You have heard there are some small clans of these people in Auregia in the forests. Auregia has tons of forests. The entire thing is almost a giant forest. Some of them live in the forests. You've never encountered them. You've only heard of them and read about them. They're called Vulpin, and they're a type of fox-like race.
Ooh, that little misdirect there. Thought we were going to Tabaxi Valley.
No, not a Tabaxi.
He's a fox.
It's a Vulpin.
I'm a fox
Only
person,
in
yo.
what?
Vulpix.
A what?
You said
You have heard of them living in kind of like packs in the forests of Auregia. You've never encountered them, you've never seen them, you only know that they exist.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh wow, I finally found one. It's really far away from where I lived.
You don't know where you're from? Or do you know where you're from? Where are you from?
I know where I'm from.
Where are you
But not
It's
from
just
here.
very, very far away.
Where are you from?
I don't think we may have a name for the place
Not
yet.
here.
Not here.
Not here or not here?
I don't even know where here is.
Sunder.
This is Sunder. So-
Sunder.
Sunder.
I don't think I've ever heard of Sunder.
We're
No.
headed to a city
It's
called
also
Whitecap.
Nortincha. Nortincha is where I'm from. Well, I'm from
a
underneath it.
place.
You'll have to pardon my hesitation. There is... I gotta be honest. There's someone who might be looking for me. They might not be. I don't know.
Oh,
Join
you're
the
really
club.
good with that.
What do you mean?
We all have people
I'm
looking for
wanted.
us.
She's wanted. He's
He's
wanted. We had 2 members of our
You're
party
wanted.
who
I'm
were
gonna
also
incite them to make sure.
Go ahead and roll insight.
not by the law.
14?
Well,
It's almost like they're proud of it. That's how truthful they are. They're like, haha.
Oh wait,
then.
that's a lie. I'm actually wanted by the law, and so is he. But it wasn't our fault.
I'm kind of wanted by like
It was-
evil law, if you want to think about
Yes,
it.
yes.
evil law? Isn't all law evil?
I mean,
Debatable.
you could debate that.
What?
There were people who they murdered someone, and we were trying to stop them, and they were guards, and the guards were like, they murdered them, and so we're wanted for a crime we didn't commit.
Exactly.
That makes... of course. Yeah. That makes
The
sense.
whole thing.
Well, then we're in good company then. All right then. That feels great. Well, then...
Once we get to Whitecap, if you don't like us, you can leave.
I like you already. You're great. You're a group of outlaws. That's
Called the
awesome.
Wanted Wanderers. Maybe you've heard of us.
I have no idea why. I really like you. No clue. I'm small, right?
Who's this guy?
But,
Who's this guy?
That's Julian.
Beaker?
Thank you. I can't get that.
Beaker?
I know who Beaker
Oh,
is.
okay.
Alright, so
Oh
you
my
guys
gosh.
continue.
Let's go.
Making your way up through the mountains. You make a survival check for me. Neelix.
Sure.
I told people to give me their pure, unadulterated comment on the name of our second character, and they're all writing down their thoughts on what the name is. And so far, there's A, B, C, D, E, pronounced Absidy.
Nice.
I'm like,
Gross. I mean,
Survival is 13.
13. Throughout the journey, when you go through the forest, Neelix brings back about maybe 2 deer that you guys cook through the next couple of nights, not needing any rations for about 3 days.
woo!
You eventually make your way into the mountains. It's cold as hell. And there is...
Actually, better than that.
What?
Actually, better than that. I got like 17.
There's a lot of deer. You guys eat well for a few nights. As you guys continue to make your way through the mountains, it's cold. You have to bundle up. It's really bad. There isn't many encounters, however. It's really strange how many people you haven't encountered on the road yet. You would have expected somebody by now, but the only person has been Neelix, which is a very rare oddity to find out in the middle of the road. Eventually, you continue your way through the mountains. Occasionally, there's one point during one day where Neelix actually stops. He gets down on the ground and begins sniffing around, and you find tracks of a giant creature. For about a few hours, you guys move very slowly and stealthily to avoiding possible encounter with some form of giant. But eventually, you continue on. As you start making your way down the mountain, the clouds and fog and overcast begins to slowly clear. In the distance, maybe about a day away, you can see a city. Super, super far. You'll make it there by the end of the day. It's circular. It's got very alabaster white buildings and kind of this architecture that spans around in this almost like perfect circle. In the center of this city is this huge forest. Like, it's rounded around this one forest in the middle of the city.
What's the name of that city in Lord of the Rings? I can't think of it right now.
Minas Tirith?
Is it
It's kind of like that, except not tall, and it's not into the side of a mountain. It's
the
right,
forest
it's
is the mountain.
right towards the base of the mountain, though. As you guys are coming
Gotcha.
down, it's you can see it down there. It would be sort of near the base of it, but it's this almost this perfect circle of the city, the huge forest in the center. It almost looks like a stadium, but it's not. As you kind of looking closer, it's just this massive
Do
city.
the buildings seem... Maybe we're not close enough to distinguish this, but do the buildings seem close enough to maybe be associated with the same buildings we saw outside of the window at Whitecap?
Maybe.
Okay, I figured.
It's like you can't tell. Like that's a very different perspective.
Yeah.
You guys continue making your way down the mountain, seeing the city in the distance. Julian kind of speaks up to everybody and says, "Has anybody ever been in the city before?"
Is this Whitecap?
Yes.
Whitecap? It should be. I mean, this is what I know it as.
Then,
Apparently.
basically, sort of.
Have either of you been
Yes.
here before? I don't know. You're natives here, so.
Yes.
Have I ever been here?
We've
From
all
the
been
Demon
here
War?
before.
No.
Okay.
You've never been this far south, actually.
It was actually new territory for me. I was here for a few minutes. Sounds odd, right? Portals, weird
For a few
bullshit.
minutes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Portals.
I
You
hate
hate
Anyways.
portals.
You hate portals. Why do you hate them?
No, Julian hates portals.
Why does he hate them?
I never said that.
You've
I
said
think
that
portals are
before.
very useful.
Indeed, they are.
Lie.
If you don't know where they're going, it's...
It's an adventure.
Well, that's how. Tell me, that's how I got here.
You walked into a portal and you didn't know where it was going.
You walked into a portal. That's how you got here.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, pretty much. I had to.
You came from Foxland and you just ported your way over there. That's what happened. That's
What's
your.
that?
I mean, I guess if you put it that way.
I
Yeah.
guess that's really cool if you're not
He
lying.
said he doesn't know.
I told you I don't know.
He doesn't remember the name of it.
Don't remember the name of it right now.
Maybe if you give him a week, he'll remember.
Yes. If you give me a week, it'll be determined what the name of that place was.
I don't think I want to do
You're
that.
from Arngrim.
Since it's not my world.
Oh!
You're from Arngrim.
I'm from Armagrund.
Hungry.
Description. I gotta
question
write that
for
down
you,
somewhere.
Did Fee ever say anything about Hungrim?
Do I know about Holmgren?
None of you
I'm
know.
saying that because when Philip came, I don't know if he ever
All of you
said-
make history checks. You will probably know because you're
Can I
smart.
have advantage?
Armagrund?
Arngrim. Arngrimm. Arngrim. One. You're like, there's more places than Sunder?
19!
19?
12.
12? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you're sage. You both have heard of it. No, it's really far south. It's super, super, super far away. So it'd be like, we're in Canada, and that's Brazil. Maybe even further. Like, that's how far away it is. And the D&D lands, there's no planes. Like, that's walking.
Okay.
And his name is Neelix, not Neelix.
Alright, Neelix.
Yeah.
As you guys continue, you get closer and closer. You spend another night down kind of on the mountains, and then the next day you continue making your way along, and eventually you make it towards the outside of the city. The walls are massive. This is a huge... None of you have seen a city this big before. Maybe, Olivier, your capital city was maybe about this size. But this is Castivore. All of you are aware that Castivore, except for probably you, Neelix, is Castivore is where like all of the humans have completely taken over this place. It is divided into like 8 little mini kingdoms, and they all have a capital, and they're these massive cities full of history. They go way back to the first ministry, which is back when the Gods' War happened and where Egan became a real god and all these things like that. So like these cities are completely developed and forward in magical science and whatnot. So it's just crazy to be like, wow, we're not in the middle of nowhere. This is like a place. You step in through the gates where many different people are walking by. You don't just see humans. You see a variety of people. You see tieflings. You see half-orcs. You see other Goliaths, actually. Maybe about 1 or 2 that kind of step by. You see dwarfs, halflings, elves, all these different types of people that are moving about the streets. The population here is massive.
Never thought I met a Goliath. I'd made a Goliath that doesn't want me dead.
As you make your way in, you're kind of pushing past the people and you step into the city. The buildings are very large. A few of them actually float in the distance. They're floating buildings with ladders and chains that kind of make their way down to the ground. Everything is this white and gray color throughout all of the streets. There are people who fly by on magic carpets. There are some people who are using different kind of magical items throughout the city. Some are practicing spells. You walk by a statue that actually moves and changes as you move past it. This is like such a culture shock for all of you.
I'm just
Never seen anything
I'm
like
just
it.
imagining medieval Hogwarts as a city.
It's kind of like that.
My
yeah.
fur is.
Viola, you see the Holy Grail in the distance. And as you walk in, you see a library. This massive building floating a few feet off the ground with a few like floating steps that make their way in to this
really
large
cool.
glass building that sits in the distance.
Sorry, the music is just perfect. Like you're like, as you're describing, it's like, oh! And she's just, the library.
Yep.
I forgot my
Yes,
library
I'll see.
card.
Find a. Yes.
I'll find it. Do you have the key? Do you have the key?
Key to what?
Key to the house. The deed. Or the key, deed, something.
I forgot that we had a house.
I thought you guys never here before. How do you have a house already?
We won.
I don't know, they saved some dragon or something.
Won a house?
Well, we didn't. Well, we kind of lost, but we won
You
in.
won into the lottery.
What game? What is this place?
Sweepstakes.
Just stay with
Long
us and you'll
story.
find out. I'm gonna go
This is
into the
crazy.
library. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, you run over to the library. You
Hey.
run up the steps and you make your way in.
Cast like that message thing
Yes,
on
I
me
will.
when you're done.
Yes,
I'll tell you what
Yes.
the house is.
Yes.
Alright, as you run in, you see so many books. So many books. They're floating too, some of them. It's very cozy looking. There's glass all over the walls. There's all these different sections of books. There's an area where you can read. And as you make your way in, you don't see many people in here, which surprises you. You're like, why is not everybody in here? There's like maybe 2 or 3 who are just kind of walking around this massive building. And as I pull up stuff... Give me a moment.
Doing my stuff.
Talk.
Wow, what an odd book. It's loading.
It must be one of those magical books.
It's like in Harry Potter when
Did
the.
you stick around with
I'm just talking and filling the void. the letters are spinning and
Yes.
saying loading, loading, loading.
Ever been to a city this big before?
Yep.
You
Never
look
once
around,
so
you see
magical.
something
Grew up in
very
one.
strange. And it's like what? No, it's not a book.
Oh,
You see
I put the book
a
down.
massive table where people can sit and read. There's a single person there. They have like fins on their face. They have blue skin. They're holding a book. The book is upside down. And as you kind of turn, the book's title is The Busty Succubus.
Is it like one of those fold outs where you have to turn it to see the whole picture?
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Tyler, would you like to come in?
Nice. Great intro.
You are sitting there trying to decipher this text. You're sure has to do with the thing you're researching. And you look up and you see a pink tiefling come over and just be like, "Is that one of those weird like side picture books?"
Or do you just not know how to read?
Well, I know how to read. I just don't know how to read Infernal.
Give it here. Give it here. Yes. This is just. I'll be keeping this one.
Oh, okay.
What do you need to know about busty succubi?
Oh. Oh. That is not what I was looking for.
I didn't. I mean,
I was researching demons.
Okay.
I saw the demon on the cover.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you could consider it one.
I mean, I could translate.
maybe not that one.
Maybe not that
I might need to find another one.
But if it's infernal, I can read it for you. Here, I'll help you find out. Is there like, when you go to a library, there's like sections on the.
Yeah, you find the section that details. What are you looking for specifically?
They said demons, so.
All right.
Also,
yeah.
I want to find books on the history of this place, like the Hollinard Tin book, something on.
Yep, you find a book called The Infernal Shards of Sina.
This one will work.
You find the demonic apocrypha of TV, but this one doesn't have to do with devils, more has to do with demons. Just aren't the same thing.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's probably it.
Why are you curious?
Long story.
Long
Demon showed up
story.
at my home. I've been trying to figure it out.
Which one?
Many.
Many.
Yeah, we have.
Like the little ones?
Variety.
Because a very large demon popped out of the ground.
How large?
I don't. How tall was she?
3-4 stories.
3 or 4 stories?
Not that one then.
Not that one. Okay.
No.
Are you
that one.
from the ocean?
Yes.
Okay. Well, today I met a fox person, and no, not today. I met a fox person and a fish person in a week. But I do know
Fox person.
fox person. Yes, it was quite strange. You need to know about devils.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I'm
Well, I know.
trying to figure out why they're just.
Why they're coming
appeared.
out of the ground.
Yeah.
I think I can help you with this, and so my friends might too be able to as well.
Oh.
If you want to
Absolutely.
wait for me to collect the books that I came here to find, and then we can. Do you not know how to hold those?
You watch as they're like slipping in her hands, and she's like trying to hold them, and she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like just like this. Like this. This is how you hold them. Or you could set them down on a table. Sometimes tables have nice little stands if the library is good enough, where it just pops up and you set the book on it. So you don't have to
I'm
hold
like looking at the table for this stand
You
thing.
don't see that.
They don't have them here. The library I worked at had them, but not every library has them. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go find.
So flat. You're like, this is so far away. What are you looking for?
Books on this place, this city. Just like a history of this town.
Okay, you find a book called The History of Whitecap.
Okay. And history of Eregia.
Okay.
Those two.
That's me.
And then
You're gonna roll investigation for that one.
okay.
You're safe. You can find it. Never mind. You have.
I know how to find a book
find-
in a
You
know what's
library.
going
You don't
on.
find a book on Eregia. You find a old history book that details some royalty in northern Sunder. And it goes over a lot of different things. You're like, it probably has this in there, but you don't find any books with the titles of Eregia in them.
Okay. And just a book that I just scan and I look through
Alright,
all the
you
books.
find,
and I want to find just something for fun.
You've got Thosenax's
Besides-
parchments, the accursed manuscripts of Tausibo, the Batorian parchments of Dupna, Thudu's manuscripts of enchantments, the Kari shards, Kula's parchments, the infernal shards of Sina, which you already gave to her,
What-
the corrupt scripture of Kada, and the Enchiridion of Freynarv. Those kind of
I'll
cross
take
over.
the Enchiridion
Alright,
and the Busty Succubus.
and you take the Busty Succubus. Do you read Infernal?
I do.
It's Infernal Smut.
Thanks. Awesome. She's pretty hot.
It is like a pop-out book. You're like, whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
All right.
I signed on to that page yet.
You open the first page and like, how do I read this? All right. Time to find where my friends went. Would you like to tag along?
Sure,
All right.
yeah, absolutely.
I cast Sending to Zephyr, and I ask, "Hey, how do I get to our house?"
Have we gotten there yet?
Do you know where to go?
We're looking for it.
All right. How are you looking for this place?
We weren't given an address
I'm gonna go
or
up
a
to
location, so...
You walk up to a
Is there
random
anything
citizen
on
sitting
the
on a
key?
bench.
Is there anything on the key? So we were never given... There's a villa here. It's yours. That's it.
There's a deed.
Does the deed have an address?
Of course it does.
What are you looking
Yes,
for?
it has an address.
What does it say?
I'm gonna go up to someone and be like, hey, do you know where this is?
Oh,
Oh,
What?
you have the deed.
who are?
No, I don't. You have it.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
Do you know where this address is?
Show it. I'll read the address off to him.
I don't know. Probably that way.
Let's go that way.
Are there
But-
guards? I'm just trying to...
I'm pretty familiar with cities. I kind of know my way around quite a bit. Maybe I could help you find this place.
Read the address. What's the address?
112.
Cool.
Baker Street.
Not Baker Street.
112.
112.
What?
It's John Mulaney.
It's 112 Scale Street.
Hale Street.
Does that
How
help you?
fitting.
Can I use my favorite terrain to find my way around the city?
You look around and you're like, yeah, you can probably figure it out. You start moving around and you're like, all right. Do you find like you actually do find like one of those maps that like malls have? You're like, you were here, and you're like,
Oh, there's a map right here.
and then you turn and you begin to move throughout the city.
Sorry.
You make your way up some stairs.
I just like that. I'm like, let me use my skills. There's a map.
Basically, that's what your skills lead you to. As you begin to move through the city, you make your way upstairs. You're constantly orbiting around this forest. This forest you can never peer into. It's always there's just the tops of the bushes of these massive trees that you can just never peer into. It's very strange, and it's almost hypnotic to look at it. Almost like you don't want to stop. You just kind of stare into it, and it just kind of draws you, and you like keep going as you move throughout the city. And
The forest is like right along the edge of the city?
no, it's the center piece
Oh,
of the city.
it's the centerpiece.
The city,
Oh.
the city's like a donut, and it orbits
Got it,
around
got
the
it.
entirety of the center, which is the forest. Make your way through, and eventually you do find it. You're essentially in the Hollywood Hills of Whitecap, and you come across this massive building. And it outside it says Wormfang Villa, Worm with a Y, and it looks like it's abandoned, but this is where the address goes.
Cool. I'll go up to it,
With the one.
You make your way up to it,
and I will attempt the key.
and you hear in your voice, "Hey, how do we get to our house?"
It's 112 Scale Street. There's a map.
You can give it directions.
Okay, cool.
All right, you
I can
know
only
where
say
to go.
25 words, so...
Make your way along. The sun's kind of slowly setting at this point. As you all make your way over to the villa, you guys are almost there. You walk over to the door, and you take the key over to the door, and you're gonna try to unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you unlock it, the door falls forward, and dust goes everywhere.
Awesome.
You won this in a contest?
Well, I mean,
Who told
do
you
you
it was
have a house?
contest? I'll step
It's a
in.
bit of a sensitive subject.
I'll step in and cast light on a coin that I pull out.
It's
Right,
it's
we're
not
good.
dark inside. You guys
Because
can
you have
see.
that.
The interior is kind of lit by the sunset that's kind of in the distance. This place is empty, dusty, overgrown with vines
On
and
the inside of it?
there's like piles of dirt that have grown grass over. It's very nice actually. It's huge, it's spacious. There's this big old courtyard in the center of it because it's the villa. There's a dirty fountain in the middle of it with like black water. And it's 2 stories and it makes there's tons of rooms all over the place. It's just empty and abandoned.
Okay, so you don't mean that vines have overgrown the inside of the building?
A few.
Alright.
Plants have made their way inside.
Is there a porch?
Yeah, actually, when you make your way out to the back, it's a balcony.
I mean,
that-
in the front.
Oh, in the front? Yeah, there's a porch.
Neelix is gonna stay in the porch.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go inside.
As you make your way inside, you begin looking around, and you do see there's this kind of room in the back, and you notice something there. There's this giant pouch of coins sitting on the ground, and there's a few things next to it. You kind of make your way over and look, and on the ground, you can see a wand.
I'll step inside, like, pulling vines and stuff as I walk in.
Yeah, you actually push past cobwebs, and you're like, ew. And as you
Yes, Zephyr went ew.
you in your head.
Gross.
That's the one.
It's a huge amount of gold and this wand on the ground. The wand is this kind of crooked piece of wood, and there is this like red symbol on it. At this moment, Viola and question mark make their way to the villa. And
Well,
you can
this
see
must be it.
you see Neelix outside on the porch.
Oh, yep, it's it. This is the fox I told you about.
Oh, is that Viola?
Yes, hello. It
Can
is.
you identify something for me?
Ah, yes.
I gotta
Step
say,
out.
your
I'll
friends
step
aren't
out.
too nice.
My friends.
Yeah.
Why are they not very nice?
Yeah,
Who are you?
rude is all it is. Just-
All I said was don't judge our
You
house.
can't hear us. You
Oh,
cannot
really?
hear them.
Aren't you inside the
She
house?
just drops the books.
You're
Okay.
Atlantica.
I didn't even mean. I forgot to ask your name. Atlantica.
You watch as she steps in, and you go to shake her hand, and she's holding books, and then she just drops them like nothing happened and shakes your hand.
What does she look like? What is she?
You see a blue... Yeah, describe the character.
So she looks like she would be an elf, but with a lot of nautical features. She has like some slits on her neck that would act as like gills. Her ears, though they're pointy, they are kind of fin-like.
You would like the Tritons, or what are those freaking things called?
Sort of.
Okay.
No,
You don't
know. No, you don't know.
Okay. But that's the image I'm in my head.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, and her skin and hair are blue, but she has like a couple like red freckles.
You look cold.
As you shake her hand, it's slimy. It's like... Okay. It's like you got like water on your hand afterwards.
You
You're
can
like,
breathe air?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Oh, okay.
You seem like you belong in the water, not up here.
I could be in both, though I haven't been up here very long.
Alright then.
You said they were being rude to you.
I just seem a bit sensitive about. I just made a comment about the house. I didn't seem to care for it too much.
Guys, why are you being rude?
You're the one that said you were gonna go.
Call it out. It's going all right.
All right, never mind.
Just
I take
take
back
some-
what I said.
Takes some getting used to, I guess, is
I
all.
think he's being rude.
I think there's just been a miscommunication.
I'm gonna ignore
Is
this.
it usual to
I'm
have
gonna walk over and I'm just gonna
these
start cleaning
plant
up.
things?
Yes, what is
inside?
wrong with this house? Oh, what was the item? Sorry, I'm
What?
getting
I'm gonna
very
just start cleaning.
All right. Are you still in that room?
Yeah.
All right. As you're in there, and you begin to move about, and you guys all begin talking. You kind of begin to look around, and then suddenly you hear a footstep, and you look up. This room has a window, and the window, so you guys know, this villa sits on kind of like a cliffside almost, as the city kind of turns into like a bowl almost. And you guys are at a pretty high point, and it sits on like a edge, a balcony, where it just goes off into the city down like a hill. And in one of the windows, you see somebody step in and go over and begins to reach for the bag. When you turn and look, they look up at you, and you both just freeze.
Hi.
And we're going to go on break. So we'll be back in about 15, 20-ish minutes. We'll see you when you get back. But we'll have another character because Angela's here now! And she's sitting on there like, great, I gotta find a way to bring her in. So we'll be right back.
Are you a thief now?
Yeah, I would become a thief.
Oh, no.
Now I'm Grindelwald. Is that his name?
Grindelwald?
He's the one.
Hey guys, welcome back to
Beaten back to his chair.
Sunder.Tesseract. I had to switch it over. Just let us know if we don't have any sound.
Well, there's no sound like that.
You don't need to speak if you're gonna have sound.
I drop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Not
Sound,
all of you.
sound.
That's
Sound.
Sound.
Anyone? Robbie?
Is that guacamole?
Well, literally no one's saying anything.
They
Anyone?
all went to the bathroom.
Hey, good.
Okay, we got it.
All right, great. Thanks.
That's sound.
It good is all we need.
Hello, Angela.
Hi.
Hi. You were supposed to be here, but you were sick, and then you showed up anyways.
I don't feel sick anymore.
It's okay. We love you, and it's good that you're here.
Are we sure about that?
Whoa.
I was like, I don't really want to play tonight. I'm not sick anymore. I'm coming. Just kidding. So, Olivier, you are in the villa when suddenly a person appears, masked in these dark black leathers.
Okay.
On the front of their chest, you can see the emblem of what looks like a spider. It's completely red.
Like the spider necklace that I have?
Kind of, except it's just a spider on the front of this black leather.
Okay.
There's this mask that they wear, and they stand there, and they're like in this. They have a hood, and they're looking at you, just frozen.
Do I recognize the emblem at all?
No,
I'm gonna grab the mask.
you're not that close.
I'm not that close.
You're like 30 feet away. If you're gonna run towards them, it's gonna be
How
different.
close
How
are they?
big is this room?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't they grab him for the gold?
Yeah,
I'm right next to the gold, right?
yeah. So you both are kind of at an impasse there. He kind of turns and says, "What are you doing here?" And you can tell they're a female.
Do I recognize the voice?
No. Who are you?
What are you doing here? This is my house.
This is my stuff.
Well, this
Nobody
is my
lives
house.
here. What are you?
People live here now. We got this place from Rixie's. Are you
What?
squatting here?
No. Who else is here? Who are you with?
My group? Who are you? Take off your mask.
I'm in more danger than you are.
I highly doubt that.
Who are you? Who are you with? What do you work for?
Do you know the Wanted Wanderers?
No.
We're a group of people that are wanted by different people. That doesn't describe anything. My name is Olivier.
Are you new here?
To Whitecap?
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks around. Are you gonna let me have my stuff back?
I'm gonna insight that it's their stuff.
All right, go ahead.
Not 20.
In every other situation, this is definitely a thief stealing from whatever's in here. However, you're smart enough to look down and notice that the emblem put onto the wand and the gold is that spider. And it wouldn't be unreasonable to realize that they're doing that. For whatever reason, you have an immense amount of trust in this person, even though they're acting very suspicious.
I will pick up both things because I have the one in my hand.
Right,
but
yeah.
I'll pick up the gold and I'll walk over to them. Only if you let me know your name. I won't tell you.
Removes the mask. Moves forward. You see a young woman. She has dark skin. She has long, curly black hair. She has a scar over her right eye. And she's human. And she pulls off the hood. And she looks at you. And she says, "You own this place now."
Yes. We were given it by... This place was given to us by Rixie's.
Interesting.
You know the dragon, the Red Keep dragon?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
He lives up north.
Okay.
Lived. He was
My name is Sheila.
Sheila?
I'm with a group of people.
Okay.
You're certain you're not in affiliation with anyone? My organization is secret, but we like to be known sometimes. It's interesting. It just depends on who you are.
No, none of us are in affiliation with anyone.
All right. I'm a part of a group of people called the Crystal Spiders.
Does that sound familiar at all?
No, never heard of that.
Crystal spiders.
Right, I'm on a mission right now. We won't use your home as a secret drop location anymore, I guess, but if you want to help this city, and if you want to stop the evil that's going on in it, if you would call it that, find us in the Betrayer's Grove.
The Betrayers?
Betrayer's Grove.
Betrayers.
Find us at the Trader Joe's.
I love that place!
What?
She backs away and she says, you can tell your companions, I guess. We're in need of more people.
How do I get in? Do I say I know you, or is there a password?
You really have never been here before, have you?
No.
Alright. If you decide you want to do something about this, meet me down there. I'll try to find you.
Alright.
Thank you, Olivier. I'll remember this.
Thank you, Sheila.
She kind of turns.
I'll hand it.
She already took it.
Oh,
She
okay.
turns and she begins to back out. Zephyr, you walk in at this moment and she sees you, and you watch as Olivier kind of turns and looks at you, and you see this woman just drop from the window.
I made a friend!
First thing she says.
Yeah. Someone that was in here?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it would be a better idea if I told the whole group.
They don't
I know.
actually have all of them.
Strength in numbers kind of thing, maybe?
Because of like,
A threat?
I think.
No.
Zephyr's got like sticks in his hands from like cleaning up.
Alright, well this place is a
This-
fucking mess, so...
Oh.
The character sheet
That's
has
violent.
spells that
I think it looks kind of homey. I think we can get it there.
Yeah.
Hey guys!
Eyes.
I have something to tell you!
Is it about the item you want me to identify?
I kind of don't have it anymore.
Did you break it already?
Let's meet on the front porch.
Yeah.
Everybody meets out on the front porch,
I still have books in my hand.
and you
Find a
pick
place
up
to
the
those.
books.
Hi.
Hi.
You can set those down. Gently, no.
They fall onto the ground.
I'm sorry. I didn't know she was going to do that.
Yeah, she's done it twice. No.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
Olive.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
It's a
Slimy
very
hand.
long handshake you've got going on there.
This is kind of a little bit, but that's okay.
See, that's why you don't shake people's hands.
So, I went in the room that I was in, that I found a wand and a bunch of money. And then this thing came in. Not a thing, it was a woman. And she told me, and I trust her. I think she is trustworthy. But she's, her name is Sheila, and she's from the Crystal Spiders. And she said if we want to help this place, to meet her in the Betrayer's Grove. And I think we should do it, guys.
Sheila.
Sheila.
Question.
The crystal spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have ever heard of that?
She said I could tell
No.
you guys.
I don't like spiders.
That
Oh.
doesn't sound very trustworthy, but betrayer.
I mean, I guess this place
Spooky
used to be like a
figure.
drop location.
I mean, there are plenty of situations where the government is the problem and not the people.
Well,
Like Avernus. Or...
Like Avernus.
I mean,
Betrayer's Grove was the people trying to save the
Wellness was
city.
kind of bad because there was like this lady at the top who was like, I hate everyone,
Where
and
was that?
especially little boys, called
And
Vincent.
I'm like, my hometown sucks, so, you know.
Did she say what she needed help with?
She said if we cared to help the evil that was in this city, that we should go to the Betrayer's Grove and she'll find us.
I assume you mean to help against the...
Yeah.
Literally, as you guys are all talking right now, walking through the street, and you're certain at this point, it's like this has got to be the work of gods. It's so weird how often Bellix randomly shows up and just sees you guys.
Is that Bellix?
It looks like Bellix. Bellix!
What is
Turn around.
You're just
That is a
walking around, and they're in front of a house, and you're like, how? How does this keep happening?
Hey, we got a house here.
I'm so glad to see you guys. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Did you
For
find your
leaving
friend?
us in a cave?
Yeah, I didn't. I got a message. I got a message from Wells, and I had to go.
Did
He
you get
said
it?
that he was here. Why are you guys here?
We have a
Because
house.
we were, you know, the dragon we were helping.
Yes.
Well, he died,
Oh,
and
yes.
then to he wanted to give us something, because we were helping him. And then the lady who worked for him was like, well, this is what he wanted to give you. And because we kind of fulfilled what he wanted, even though he died in the end, so they gave us this house.
Lady loved him.
Is it just me? Or do Fee and Turk look really different?
Oh, Fee and Turk left, and I feel really bad about it. But, I mean, we have Atlantica. I met her today. She's a fish lady.
Hi, I'm Bellix.
I can't hear that name and not laugh.
You're the only one.
And this is Neelix.
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 Yeah.
I'm Bellix.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah.
He's a fox.
Yeah, I can see that. That's
And
pretty
both-
cool.
Never mind.
I can be a
You're a wolf.
fox too. I can't look like you though, I don't think.
Wolfen, I don't know.
She'll turn into a fox.
Holy crap!
Olivia, which
Like-
part are you
like-
kind of
Yeah,
doing?
little fox.
A little normal fox.
In the pantry?
There's cans of beans in the pantry?
Yeah, they're great.
Those are probably old, right?
Yum.
Cans don't exist.
He's-
Wow.
Neelix is gonna pick up Bellix. Because he's a little fox. And he's gonna hold him up and then like.
You guys look over and see
That.
Neelix holding Bellix. Little fox.
Neelix.
Neelix holding Bellix.
Yeah, Neelix.
He's gonna be scratching by the ear.
Is this common?
And
No.
Julian is upstairs,
Okay.
I think.
But it's
somewhere.
expected.
I'm right here.
She'll make
Oh.
little fox noises. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's me.
We'll talk later, buddy.
I'm gonna assume I'm not necessarily going to be living here or welcome here, so I'm gonna go.
Why wouldn't you
Who's
be
saying
welcome here?
I don't know. I'm just assuming that.
Who's saying that?
How many rooms does this place have?
Yes.
13. I counted.
No,
Is it 13?
it has 8.
Oh, right. I counted all of the other rooms.
Six.
So,
Julian, we want you to stay.
There's a room for you.
Okay, she's
Well, I
gonna.
appreciate that.
I'm so sorry. She's
You
gonna
just
turn
gotta
back.
clean it up yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh well.
Transform back into a half orc, and you're like.
Wait, are you like medium or are you small?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm like 5'8".
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're tall.
I'm 5'8".
I'm tall?
Huh?
5'8's like an average height.
Well, I'm shorter than that, so you're
Viola's
tall.
5'2".
5'4", excuse you. Vincent's taller than that, but...
I don't think I've ever met you. I'm Bellix.
You met Julian.
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, you did.
Really?
Maybe.
And
Trying
Wes.
to remember.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not really good with
Because
faces
I remember.
that aren't like half orcs
I think
because
he
I
hit
feel
on me
like
when I got very
I've never
upset
met you
about it,
before.
so...
really.
Yes.
I don't remember you.
I'm not very good at telling about that.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you
Julian.
too.
You just see a regular-looking guy, but he's really handsome.
All right.
Yeah.
So are, you wanted two?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Oh, but she wants to find someone.
Yeah, I have
Ah.
somebody that
So
is
she's
wanted by me.
wandering because she wants someone.
She's wanted in
works.
her own
So
way.
she works.
I'm a wanting
I
wanderer.
see the
wanting
cleverness
wanderer.
behind your name.
She came up with the name actually.
Ah.
So, does anyone want to go find deviant decoctions with me?
What?
The store, deviant
Let's
decoctions.
do it.
I'm more interested in finding somewhere to buy a bed.
Actually, I'm gonna go check out the Trader's Grove.
What's a decoction?
Maybe we should do that as a
Oh
group.
boy, you have a lot to learn.
It's like a
Let's go.
mixture.
Come on.
Olivia, perhaps we should do that as a group.
Just check it out.
You're just gonna check
Yeah,
it
but
out.
what if you check it out in a bunch of spider people, like that little blonde lady? I'm gonna murder her
I mean,
because
she does
spider
have
people are
some
usually evil.
One of us could go along
Well, I
and
want to
wanna
go.
find
me?
a bed. Sure. I
I
can
want to
find
go
a bed
find
an hour
deviant
later.
decoctions.
Okay.
Do you want to go find deviant
Oh, do you want to
decoctions?
find beds?
Do you want to go find?
This place
Are we
has
gonna
nothing
go
in
furniture
it.
shopping? Let's go furniture shopping.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the Betrayer's Grove and then go furniture shopping.
Do you
Okay, where are you headed?
I guess I'm going
You're
with.
following Viola.
Would you like to go to Deviant Decoctions with me?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a magic store.
Sure. Yeah. It's,
Before you leave, or can you ask him while you're there where to find one of his robots?
I will.
Let's go.
robots.
That's
What
right.
is going
Is
on?
Craig coming with us?
We have a robot. You've been
Wait.
traveling your
Oh, that's right. I didn't think so the whole time.
Can Craig clean
Holy
the house?
crap.
Craig, can you clean the house? That'd be
He
better.
pulls out
Yes!
he pulls out a feather duster.
He
just
puts on an
starts-
apron.
He just starts pushing things with his
Great.
shield hands.
Is he like
Amazing.
actually cleaning anything, or is he just moving things around?
He's like, sort of. He'd do better if he had a broom.
Look for a broom.
Alright.
It might be a plant somewhere.
All y'all make your
That's
way
a good
through the
callback.
streets of Whitecap. And how are you finding this place?
I know of a map that's right over here. With my skills of urban cities.
If I remember
I know
correctly, you told me
where the
because I tried to memorize what the outside of it looked like from the basement, and I saw like a statue or something. So I want to try to find that statue.
Okay. Neelix, you're seeing Viola struggle to search this city. And it's like bothering you how bad she is at it.
Yeah, like,
Huh?
if you just let me handle it, I could probably...
Alright, I'm looking for a statue. It looks exactly like how I'm going to describe it to you.
Got it.
Inhabitor call?
Make a survival check.
Okay.
for deciphering maps? Is that what this is?
I don't know, whatever. 18.
18.
Oh. Gosh, Nikki. She put, Tyler, why your head so big?
Because he's forward. That's how perspective works.
Oh, it does look
I can sit like this if you like.
Because, yeah, it's lenses.
He looks like photoshopped in.
It's because you're in front of Colton, and it does kind of look like you're like,
If I do-
I'm here.
If I do this.
Yeah. Anyways,
It's very fishbowl.
it is. It's the camera. Anyways,
18.
you find the statue.
Are you laughing?
I found your statue.
Oh, yes, that is exactly the statue that I
It's
remember.
in the Northern District,
It's in the Northern District.
which is where you are now.
That is
Took
where
about
we are
20 minutes to
now.
walk over here. And Viola, you do see a small building, a wooden building that says Deviant Decoctions on it.
Alright, I would like to go inside.
You open the door, you step inside, and you hear a... No, don't take the...
Hello.
Wow, you were real. That's okay. You see
You were real!
You step in, you see an
Yeah.
elf with gray white hair, kind of pulled back, and it's kind of long. He's wearing glasses, and he's wearing like these ornate robes. Stands there, and he... Okay then. You haven't turned me in, have you?
No.
Well, thank you. Welcome. What can I do for you? These
well,
are friends?
Yes.
Could I just, for Colton's clarification, did everyone go to Deviant Decoctions besides
You and
Olivia and I?
Olivia, yes.
Okay.
It's Avernus all over again.
No, Avernus was me and, well, yeah.
Let's just not get in trouble.
Well, I came here to...
Famous last words.
Hey, what's my name again?
What's my name again?
Well,
Oh, this
Spencer
guy.
remembers it as Oberic, but then you told me that was someone else's name.
Oberyn.
It's not his name.
But it
see
may
if I
also be that I was playing Hearts of Stone at that time and remember Oberic.
Averak. Averak.
Avarak. All right,
Hello,
Avarak.
Mr. Avarak. I'm here to you sell scrolls, if I remember, scrolls and potions. If I remember?
Yeah. That's all you need. You don't need the other things that I sell.
I would also like to look into that, but as you can see, I'm here with some new acquaintances, and I don't know if you want them to know about it.
Hello.
This is Atlantica, and this is Bellix, and this is
Damn it.
I can't not laugh at that name, man.
Neelix.
Neelix.
All right
Sorry.
then.
Better one.
Are you needing in scrolls? Because I have a few, but they're kind of hush hush. I have potions. If you need.
I am always looking for hush hush spells.
All right.
Quick
How
question.
did you get here? What?
When we walked over here, was there like other stores around?
Yeah.
I don't really think this is within my price range. I'll meet you back here in a few minutes.
You didn't get here through a portal, did you?
No. I came here on a horse.
You're not here to use mine, are you?
No, I'm here for what you sell, sir.
Do you have a portal?
He
Uh.
did, but he had to close it because I told him to.
Yeah. Had to
On the inside.
on the inside.
That 20.
This dude totally has portals. You're a portal hider.
The worst kind of hider.
The portal hiders.
I'm gonna take an action and detect portal.
Detect.
It
That's
tells
a
me
thing?
that's what Horizon Walkers do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can detect the distance and the direction of.
20 feet below you.
Where does it lead?
What? A lot of places. It depends. It's gonna pay to use it, okay?
How much does it
Do
cost?
demons come from it?
No.
I mean,
Okay.
do you consider me?
Have you? Wait.
Excuse me. How much does it cost to use?
It depends on where you want to go. I've got some that go very far north. I've got some that go south. I've got some that go around the city.
Do you have any that go to Ongren?
No. No, that's very far away. Very, very far away.
Anything that gets close to it?
I'm sorry. You said something about demons.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because back where I'm from, demon portal thing, they came out, started fighting.
Yeah, that's been happening a lot.
Was it demons or devils? It's important that you don't know. Okay.
But more importantly, have you seen any people like myself?
That's an important
I've never
distinction.
seen
Coming
a creature
through-
like you before, actually.
Any of your
Very
none?
interesting. No.
Do you know of any other portals nearby?
No. There's a few throughout the city, but most of them are mine. Don't tell anybody. That's supposed to be secret.
Or
You're not very good at keeping secrets.
although you might be able to
Whispering.
get me to keep a secret, depending on what it's worth to you.
Don't swindle him.
Why not?
Because he's very useful.
So am I. Just asking me to keep a secret.
How much do you want?
I mean, I did get shorted out on the price I was looking for earlier.
Here's 10 platinum. Leave him alone.
You've never
Your
had this
secret
much
is
trouble.
safe.
Now you own this, sir.
Right. Where are you from?
I will immediately use this to my advantage.
Thanks, Skippy.
I think that the common name is Cranbetta.
No idea where that is. Where is this? North, south, east, west? City?
I actually don't know. It's under water. It's in
In
the
the
ocean.
ocean? They're in the ocean too?
She's from the ocean. Look at her.
She just blacks her ears a little bit.
She's a fish lady.
Hey, how's everything up north?
Do you know who Zariel is? Zariel. The devil. She came out of the ground and she killed a dragon and then she flew away.
North Castle.
Mm-hmm. In the Red City.
Well,
Mm-hmm. So it might be a good
that's 4.
4. 4 what? 4 devils. Are you keeping track of them? Which ones? What's going on?
They're popping up all over the place.
Which ones?
Archdevils. I don't know. They've taken over mass pieces of land. They've killed hundreds.
Do you?
We're afraid they're going to come here like they did a long time ago. Do you not know?
No. I'm just.
Did you just
I'm
get
just a
here?
little tiefling girl. I just came here to look for stuff.
I'm sorry, did you
And-
come here the first day you showed up here and you come straight to me?
Well, I told you.
I mean, I'm thank you, but anyways,
Well, I saw you like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, because I wanted to buy things from you.
you've been
and-
on the road.
Yes, I've been on the road.
And nothing. You've been on the road and nothing.
No, we went through the mountain. Can you just explain what's going on?
Yeah, in the south, there's been, do you remember the war?
The demon one.
It's a devil war, not a demon war. Everybody calls it a demon war, it's a devil war.
Okay, the devil war. What
They're
are
very different creatures. Anyways,
sages?
the
and
portals have
bullshit.
reopened.
Okay. Okay, which ones?
I don't know, a bunch of them. Apparently some archdevils have been coming out and claiming pieces of land and been...
So in the south, which one?
It's further south, it's near Jeptus. I don't know where it
Well,
is.
that's very far away, and now I don't want to go there anymore.
There's also ones to the
Wait,
north.
no, I want to go to Zeratis.
You said the Zerial in the Red Valley.
Oh, yeah. There were, like, people, and they were trying to summon her, and we were killing them because we didn't want them to come out, summon her out of the ground, because, she kind of hates one of my...
Are you aware of the archdevil named Huttigen?
And am I?
Roll, history, or arcana, or something.
Come on, watermelon die. Yes, of course, yes. 10.
10? He's in control of one of the planes of hell.
How do you spell that?
Huttigen?
Mm-hmm.
H-U-T... I don't fucking know. But besides spelling, it's...
Well, it's for my book, you see. But I'll just put Hut...
I think it's H-U-T-I-G-I-N.
Okay. Yes, he came out of the ground in Japis?
No, Regia.
Regia.
Yeah.
Where at there? Like the capital?
Yeah.
Like
So they've all been hitting
where the
capitals.
kingdom is, like the castle with the Barrow people, the queen.
I've never been there.
You know,
I just know that it's been reported there.
reported there. Okay. Regia.
It's horrible.
What?
There's also rumors of some in the east.
East.
Oh, sorry, the west.
You mean the West?
Maybe 2 have come out of the ground, and they've reopened
ground?
portals. Nobody knows what's going on.
Wait,
We're
did
trying
you
to
say the
increase
drowned?
defenses here.
Did you say the drowned?
You mean ground.
Do you
The
mean
ground.
The ground, okay.
Are they attacking this city?
They shouldn't, but we don't know. There's more of them. It's in our history. We defended against them a long time ago. I wasn't there for it, but some people here are. Back to the ancients, back to when the grove was no longer cursed.
What is their goal?
To conquer, to own the material plane for their own, to serve Asmodeus, however the hell you pronounce it. Some people incorrectly say Asmodeus. Some people say they're a bit thick in the head because Deus is... Never mind, it's Asmodeus. But they seek to claim the rest of all land and to enslave all humanoids and take over, and they're awful. There was a war on them about a decade ago. Right back.
You mentioned the grove being cursed. What's that about? Sorry, just a little off topic.
I don't know, read a book about it.
Do you have one?
History of a City?
Yes.
Maybe.
Do you think it would be called Book on Whitecap? Because I found one of those.
It's called History of Whitecap.
Oh, yes.
But you wrote Book on Whitecap?
I
It's
did.
History of Whitecap. He's like, yeah, that's it.
Cool, yes.
Almost like it's a history book. Of
Yeah.
Whitecap.
Maybe don't go on the roads. It's a miracle you're alive. People have been leaving the city and then not returning back. Some people
Well,
think
that's
there's
what-
already a demon a devil
Why
who's
would they
on
leave to
close
get away and then come... Never mind.
What?
Huh? Sorry, I'm just being smart.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. What do you need?
Scrolls. The hush-hush kind.
What do you want?
I don't know, what do you have?
I have a lot of things and they're illegal to sell to you, so... I have to prepare them anyways. It would be best if I didn't sell these now. If you need potions, I can give you potions. If you want to use the portal, maybe I'll let you. But
What
it's
about
going to
the-
cost you.
What about the thing in the basement? How do I get one of those?
What do you mean?
The thing in your basement.
I'm very intrigued.
I'm very lost.
I think she means the portal.
Mm-mm. I don't mean the portal.
I need you to be more specific.
The thing you're growing in your basement.
Oh, what are you growing in your basement?
How do I get one of those?
That's a lot of money, and I only have one slot left. Your friend took one.
Which one?
The girl in the blonde hair and the hat.
Who's the girl in the blonde hair?
Dragon woke up. Yeah, left.
So is that a spot that's free?
Yeah.
Can I have it?
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of money though. If you want to start that, we can do.
Wait, sorry. Is there a dragon in the basement?
Not anymore. No.
It was a clone
See,
of one.
There was. I'll explain
That
to you
just
later.
raises more questions.
Look, I only know you, and I don't trust them, and I don't want to involve myself
sorry.
in this kind of.
I'm Neelix.
It's good to meet you. It's good to meet you.
We met, actually.
I'm the guy keeping your secret.
Have we?
Yes.
Didn't we? Yeah, you were
She
there.
was in your basement.
Yeah, I know he's throwing in.
Look, I'm not offering these services now. Come back to me tomorrow. I can get it all prepared. I didn't know you were going to be here. I only offer these services to very, very specific people. You can't just wander in and be like, "Hey, we're friends."
Like our
It's
friend.
like those times in those video games where you're like, you haven't
I'm sorry.
completed enough quests to do
I'm-
this one thing.
Everything's a bit destroyed. That dragon was very unhappy.
I could imagine he was in the basement.
Yeah.
It was the lady.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. How's 6 a.m.?
I'm not on wait. Come at 10.
I'm not awake.
Before I go, do you mind doing me a favor?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know how familiar you are with these people and you keep in contact with them or not, but perhaps you could let me know if you ever see anybody.
I will let you know. Might I just point out for all of you, necromancy. Don't like it. Definitely illegal. Do not sell any of it here. Do not sell any magic here. And do not practice it. Don't say anything.
Right.
Yeah? Okay? Yeah. This is no wink thing. This is I can get executed. And I lose all my work. Okay, I'll get exiled, not executed. But I don't want to leave here when there's devils running about.
I don't know what beef you have with these folks.
I
but,
don't. I'm just very scared.
You're quite alright, don't worry, friend.
Do you need potions? Because that's what I said.
No, I'm good.
Then leave.
I'm good.
Jessica, potions?
What's a potion?
Wow.
This is the character.
Right, you lived underwater. Potions wouldn't work.
You lived underwater? Wow. You're even far removed than I am. That's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. I was like, you don't listen to music from the radio? For real. I only listen to the indie underground stuff. You're so far removed from society.
All right, Olivia and Zephyr, you guys go to Rose.
That's good.
Where are you guys going?
Same thing.
Betrayer's Grove?
Figure out where Betrayer's Grove is, either by looking at a map or.
Yeah, it's the giant forest in the center of the city.
Oh, of course.
Whoa!
Alright.
You guys make your way over, and you head down, and there's just this wall surrounding it. There's an entrance on one side. You can't see inside. It doesn't. It's very strange, this forest. The trees are like unnaturally still. There's this aura about it that just makes it look dark and moody. It's very,
really
very
hope
strange.
A tsunami doesn't come. Sorry.
You are so...
It's so dumb. Alright.
What the heck?
That's true.
That's not light.
You make your way over to the entrance. It's this very large opening that heads inside.
Is there anyone else?
The stone street kind of transitions into like this dirt, and it continues off into the forest, where you can see creeping trees, bushes, and grass, and it's all very dark and glooming, and it just disappears into darkness.
Did she say where to meet?
Outside of it,
She did, she find us.
as I'm not done describing,
Sorry.
is this woman, and she's standing there,
perfect.
and she looks at you.
I'm brought a friend.
Okay. Hello.
No.
This is Zephyr.
Is it just you two then?
Right now.
There's more of us. We went to a shop.
Are you involved with these people? And are they going to be involved in your business?
Very likely.
Then I prefer to meet all of them.
You
I don't like getting involved with people I don't know.
No, you will meet all
Then
of
we'll
them.
bring them back to meet you after you tell us what's going on.
What do you mean?
No, she already said what was going on.
Well, what do you mean?
She said something about fighting the evil or something.
Yeah, that's our cause. That's who we are. It's Crystal Spiders. Look, it's very dangerous for me to be hanging around here right now, so I'll meet you again at a different time.
When is a different time?
You guys are new here, right?
Yes.
Alright. This is the Betrayer's Grove.
Mm-hmm.
It's the center of all Whitecap. It's to do with our history. It's the reason the city's so magical. And it's got a lot of mystery behind it. Entering into that grove is dangerous. Not many come out. It's a series of trials and tribulations. And danger. We operate out of this place because people are too afraid to go inside. If you don't know much about it, there's, if you're able to conquer all the trials and whatnot and face all the evil that's inside, evil as some may call it, you get to the center and you might get some magical prowess or something. It's very strange. Most of our council members of the city have completed the trials. But they've sworn to secrecy as to what's actually inside. It's more about the history if you want to learn about it, but it's dangerous to go in.
I do have one question.
Hmm.
Who is the evil that you fight against?
It depends on your definition of that. Really, it's just the law. Prohibiting certain studies of magic is not entirely good for the city. It's creating a lot of bad things, like the Bloodsworn.
The what?
Some call them evil, some call them misunderstood. We don't hate them, but we don't work with them.
What do they do?
They seek to end the prohibition of necromancy on the city. Their methods are misguided.
What do you mean?
We serve this city above all else. We work in the shadows. And we seek to help the citizens here. However, the cast wards aren't very happy about that. They're the guards of this city. They serve to protect Whitecap and only Whitecap. They swear an oath. They're incredibly powerful, and they hate us. They also hate the Bloodsworn. We're kind of at a bit of a war here, based on the ridiculous prohibition to get rid of necromancy as a form of magic.
What do you seek the necromancy to be used for?
Personally, I think it's a valid school of magic. I'm sure there's a reason the council doesn't want it to be studied at the moment. I'm not sure why.
Which part do you value?
It has its uses. I don't use necromancy on my own, but I've seen how it can help. But banning it altogether has created these Bloodsworn, and they've been doing awful things in this city, and they don't understand that if they would just lift it, that it would be alright. They would go about their business, they wouldn't have to do these things. They want to get rid of the council, they want to out them, they want to assassinate people. It's not good.
So there's a rogue faction that wants to take over because they can't study the magic.
Yeah.
And your goal is to get that ban lifted before they do that.
Yeah, but we also want to instill hope into these people. To show them that there's other people watching their back besides the cast wards who can't get their job done half the time. They just hit hard and they try to find us in the Bloodsworn when it's not really their enemy. There's talk of devils rising out of the ground and other things.
What now?
This grove for what?
Devils rising out of the ground.
Yeah, I don't have all the information on that. Look, I'm not a library here. If you want to go learn information, talk to other people around the city.
That doesn't sound like history. That sounds like current.
Yeah,
Who would know?
not me. I'm here. And me standing out in the street right now with this on my chest paints a target on me.
We'll go. We'll see you tonight.
You can bring everybody here.
We can bring everyone.
Good luck. She turns and she begins to walk into the grove.
I think she seems nice.
Yeah. But I don't know what she means about devils rising out of the ground.
I mean, what usually happens? Zariel came out of the ground.
Yes, but that's isolated in the last few years from what I know. The last multiple devils was the Great Demon War.
I remember that.
I guess it's the Devil War, huh? You remember that? You fought in it?
Yeah.
You know I fought in it, you can tell me.
I know you fought in it.
How old? You were like 10.
I was like 12.
Yeah. We should find the others. See if we can figure out more about that before tonight.
Thought we were gonna go shopping.
We do need beds.
We do need beds.
Maybe the
Why are you laughing, Zephyr?
I'm sorry, Colton, the stupidity of the statement I was going to make. Maybe the furniture store will know more about this demon war.
You go to IKEA. there's a market board, and there are some places that create furniture.
You're just
you guys can talk to them, and they say, "All right, we can renovate your house if you want. If it's just been old and you just received it, it'll be 200 gold to renovate it, and then if you want us to furnish it, that's another 200."
Easy. I'll just pay for all of it.
All right.
Easy.
He said, "All right, we'll be there tomorrow morning."
Great. Thanks.
All right. You all meet up back at what?
Just for the sake of the situation,
Mm-hmm.
could I have gone to the store and bought a bunch of arrows?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, I already did.
You guys all make it back to what's the name of your place? Wormfangilla.
So
The sun's now set. It's nighttime now.
We need to go and make the pledge lady thing. I'm eating popcorn. I found popcorn.
She didn't want to speak to us unless all of us were there.
Why are we speaking to this person?
I
She knows
have
information.
some information for you, Olivier.
I love information.
Apparently, the hell was the name of that guy? Hectogen is like, he's a devil, or she maybe.
Do I know that name?
Say it again.
Make a history check.
Hectogen, I think it is.
Hectogen?
Hectogen, something like that. Came out of the ground in Aregia's capital.
Bottom.
That would have been an 8. I'm sorry.
So I don't know if that is like where you're from, or if
Who
that's
is
like where
The
you're
capital?
capital.
It's where I grew up.
Oh yeah, they're there, I think, or near there.
Is that rose from the ground?
Yeah, like a devil, an archdevil, and apparently 2 in the west.
are you guys like
archdevils?
like demon devil hunters? Is that like
It's
what's going on here?
becoming a job, yes.
Sounds like it.
Seems like gonna have to do that again.
I don't know.
I was just researching to see why they were there.
He didn't tell me where it was. He just said it was the capital or near the capital.
No problem. I'm gonna know the problem, but.
I mean, yeah,
There's one at your home. There's one up in the north, and there's 2 more to the east,
west.
west.
This is just a thing you guys do, is you hunt down demons and devils.
Yes, is that a problem?
No, it's just
Because it's a problem for some people.
Yep. And so they left.
Oh, that's why your other people left.
One of them, yes.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
Incredibly.
So what do we do about that? Where did you hear that information?
Do you remember the man who we met through the portal?
Yes.
I went to see if I could buy things from him, and he was like, I'm busy right now because there's devils coming out of the ground and I'm trying to figure out where they are. And then he gave me all of this information that I have.
Oh, right.
Also, apparently the grove's cursed.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
found that out. We need to go talk to that woman, Sheila, she wouldn't speak to us about the matters exactly unless all of us were there. But I think her purpose is good, what she did say.
What seems to be the problem?
Problems with the law. It's causing riots in the city.
Problems with the law.
The law.
That's weird. Why would the
And
law...
that seems like that's a good intention. She wants to break the law.
I agree.
She wants to change the law.
Yes.
There you go.
From you guys walking around the city, you have noticed what she mentioned. Some of you don't know what they're called, but you guys now know the cast hordes. Basically, the city guard are these tin cans and these massive armor,
Mountain?
and they have these huge swords, and they
So
walk
like
around.
a bunch of mountains from Game of Thrones.
Kind of, and they're in armor, and they're essentially like the guards of this city.
I'll say it every time I pass by one. I like did a little salute.
They just nod. They really appreciate that. Actually, they're like, yeah, respect. That's good.
So what's wrong with the law? I mean, everyone here seems like they're happy.
They have a ban on a certain type of magic, and people are rioting because of it. And
Necromancy.
then these guards just come in and kill whoever's involved.
My
So
goodness.
these people, the ones with the red spider, want to get the ban lifted, but they don't want to kill people to do it. They just want the ban lifted so that there's no more bloodshed.
But the other people want to kill people.
The
to
other
get it lifted.
people, they say, are going so far as to attempt to assassinate the leaders of the city. And she said she wouldn't give us any more info until all of us arrived. She
I
wanted to
think we
be
should
sure.
go.
She wanted to be sure that everyone's allegiance, that nobody's allegiance stood with the city or with the. What's the name? One moment. Or with the Bloodsworn, who is that group that's attempting to kill to repeal
So the Bloodsworn are trying to change things through
violence.
killing people.
Right. So the cast wards then end up just coming in, causing a mess.
You hear a voice from behind you. You hear a... That's a bit of a misunderstanding.
I'll turn around.
I'm gonna spin around.
Turn around.
You turn around, you all kind of pull out your weapons and look, and you see, kind of holding up their hands, is this human.
I'm not
He's
pulling
in...
up
He's in...
That's
He's
crap.
wearing robes. He looks pretty old, and flanking him are two what look like mercenaries. As he kind of steps in, and he says, "See, it's not as menacing as you make it sound."
Can I guess you're a Bloodsworn?
Yes,
Your name?
What are you doing in our home?
I'm here to talk to you.
Can I insight this guy? Just kind of get like a general vibe from him.
My name is Victor.
22.
22.
Yeah.
Your general vibe from this guy is he's kind of it's like a hint of like kind of creepy, but he's very well put. He's somewhat well spoken. He looks relatively old, and he doesn't look like somebody who's going to stab you in the neck. He looks like an ambassador. So he's here to talk to you. He's not here to murder you. He has two mercenaries next to him. He probably needs them because he doesn't know who you guys are
The
necessarily.
marks of protection.
Yeah. So he doesn't look like he's here to attack you or kill you. All right. He says, "My name is Victor. I am with the Bloodsworn. But speaking to these, what? Yes,
I'm just listening.
we've been watching you, and many of our leaders have decided that you, wanted wanderers, are in a perfect position to help us and help this city.
And what would helping you accomplish?
Well, do you believe in freedom? Do you believe in the right to study what you want? You see, the council here has decided to, I'm sure you know, outlaw necromancy. This is a practice that many people, Let me look through my notes.
Like, ah, shit, my old age is getting to me.
I can't remember anything. This is Whitecap, the center of magic in all of Castivore. We devote everything to learning. We have colleges here where you can spend time to learn magic. We have thousands of resources and libraries meant to study. And yet, this has been outlawed, which is ridiculous. We don't seek to murder anyone unless it comes to it. The crystal spiders are wrong. And if you'd like to join us and help us, it could help you in this long run, especially for this city, and what could possibly happen to these supposed devils coming out of the ground. The city needs to be strong, not divided.
I'm confused. If you're not trying to kill people at the drop of a hat, and neither are they, then why the disagreement?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're both not trying to kill people, it seems like you should get along just fine.
We should, shouldn't we? Their alignment is against us. They work for the council. They're secretive. They don't like to put all their cards out on the table. However, I'm here to talk to you. I'm not here to, stealth you into the grove and have you join a merry cult to help the citizens of Whitecap. No. They've done bad things too. They work for the council to protect the city.
Insight?
Go and roll insight.
Yeah, I was.
I'm specifically inciting the statement you keep saying of them working for the council.
Go ahead.
I'm more interested in like.
I just want to know if tell the truth or not.
Yeah, well, like, is it really of pure intention? Is
Okay.
it really like?
Yeah. Okay. You're like, this is how people talk.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
13.
I'm still trying to figure out like facial.
All of you are not really sure. You can tell that he believes what he's saying. He's not lying just to persuade you guys. His words are true to him. He might be wrong, but he's not lying.
Okay.
He says, if you want to make a difference in this city and you want to help, we would appreciate that. We can pay you, but we can give you whatever you need. Permits. God knows people need them. Or information, anything.
Permits for what?
You need permits for everything in the city. To buy magical items, to buy books, to buy scrolls, to buy anything. If you believe in freedom, and if you believe in the freedom of this city and the future for it, I would ask you to do one thing. There is a place that it has a name.
It has a name. I'm not gonna tell you, but
I know.
What's this group called again? Blood what?
It's
The
Bloodsworn.
Bloodsworn.
The library at the front of town, the center one. You know of it.
Yes. This one.
the one that had like the floaty stairs.
Yes, they have a book. It talks of necromantic spells. However, they supposedly say that they don't have it. That the records don't have it. We know it's there. We've located it. We can't get to it, however, because they know us. You, however, being a neutral party, if you were able to, find a way to
steal it.
take it and bring it to me, to prove your allegiance to us and help this city be something better. If not, do nothing. We will be waiting. He kind of turns and he begins to back out, and he says, you could be a part of something big, wanted wanderers. Don't let this opportunity pass you. And he and the guards just walk off.
I'm sold.
I'm not.
I think we should speak to everyone before we make a decision. There's good and bad to every side. It's never black and white. Join the army because you'll You're free afterwards. You die on the way.
So we
Go speak to Sheila and then make our choice from there, I think. Neither of them seem intent on forcing us to work with them.
I don't know if I want to join either of them. They both don't seem very trustworthy.
It's your own decision.
I don't know anything about the crystal spiders.
What's your opinion on
All we know
necromancy?
about the Bloodsworn is what a Bloodsworn has told
one
us.
of my good friends is a necromancer.
So, good?
It can be. It can also be quite the opposite.
I mean, magic is magic, right? It's all about the person.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, I could use my spells for evil.
So you think it's no different and it should be allowed?
What do you
I think the
it would
question
be?
here, though, is freedom. It sounds like there's no freedom in this city.
Definitely.
Think we should still go talk to Sheila?
What do you mean there's no freedom? They only have necromancy taken away.
I mean, you can't have, there's no
You
freedom
have
to
to have
express that.
Permits to
Yeah.
do.
And then all these
almost
permits to
everything.
go buy things. I mean, that sounds a bit...
It starts with one thing, and then it's another thing, and then it's a witch hunt. It can get very drastic very quickly.
But does breaking laws like that help at all?
Not breaking law, changing the law.
Well, going in and stealing for the guy.
Not stealing it.
That book.
We borrowed the books today.
We can figure out a way to get a book that isn't stealing it.
I don't think he intends to give it back.
Well, Julian is here now. Yeah, they, it's wrong for us to go steal it, but it's also wrong for them to, keep it hidden. I mean, it's knowledge. That's things people could be learning. See, it's useful. I studied necromancy at Crest. I mean, I minored in it. I majored in enchantment, but it's useful. It's not as evil as everybody says.
I'm not arguing
So,
that.
Just saying we should wait before doing this job for them, because I'm pretty
Yes.
sure we're not going to be able to ally with both sides. And I want to know what the crystal spiders have to offer.
Oh, that's fair enough to me.
You know what I want is I want sleep.
you said people in Crestop, they practice necromancy?
Yeah.
So, has there been any issues?
Well, are you talking to Julian?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never really been here.
No,
I thought they did.
in Crestop.
Oh, yeah, no, there's never been issues. I mean, a few times, but, it's the iffy one, because, yeah, it makes, undead, and some people go too far and use blood magic, but it's still, you've got spells like False Life, you've got spells like,
Revivify.
Revivify. I mean, those bring people back to life.
Indeed.
It's not, I don't know, this is just kind of weird. And, yeah, they're both being very vague. I'm not entirely sure we should trust either one. But I won't make your decisions for you.
We could always just do it our own way. We seem to do that best.
I'm here to study. I'm not here to get involved with politics.
Me neither. But if we have to.
I'm not much of a politic person either.
Yeah, I'd like to know the big plan for these guys. Like, we steal the book so that we have some sort of rite of passage, and then what? Like, are we not gonna like what they have planned next? Maybe we won't like the tactics. But
You should see both sides.
yeah.
Who's the one that's oppressing all of this? Who's outlawed all this stuff? Outlawed all the
It's like the
necromancy.
council.
I would
The
assume
council
the
that rules
leaders of
over the city.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a reason as to why they don't want this stuff to happen?
Not that we know of yet.
Probably because bad stuff has happened from it.
I probably have a reason.
Sure.
I'm going to read this book, and maybe it'll tell me why. Now, if you could,
Alright.
leave me be for 45. How big is it?
It's not that long.
45 minutes, maybe less.
You start reading the book. Here's a basic synopsis of what it is.
Synopsis, yes.
Whitecap is one of the cultural centers of Castlebar. A gleaming example of human civilization. However, in more recent years, like the past 100 years, the city has become more progressive. Slavery, discrimination, and even racism are completely and strictly illegal. Anyone can be anyone in this city. And that's like what you get out of like the history is like, oh, we used to be bad, but now we're good. And it's like, okay. Whitecap was built ages ago during the time of the First Ministry, which was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Right.
Humans sought refuge away from the devils who enslaved them. Which is strange to you. You're like, how many devil wars have there been? And found upon an oasis near the mountains, a mystical forest with spirits inside. The center of this forest was a large white mushroom that spoke and seemed omniscient. The mushroom's name was Mordethelia. At the center of the forest, elves ruled over this forest and protected the humans from evils outside their forest. The elves granted blessings to the humans to fight back against the devils, and as such, they were mostly successful at protecting the sacred forest. One human, however, and as you're reading this history book, it starts to turn into like a story, and you're like, is this even real? Oh well, and you just keep reading it. One human, however, the name of Rudis, wanted the power that Mordethelia brought, and to use it to conquer the lands of the ministry and win against the demons. Mordethelia warned him, but the man still took from the piece of the mushroom and supposedly ate it. His body immediately turned into stone, the mushroom wilted and shrunk, and the magic of the forest warped. Mordethelia no longer spoke. The forest became a maze of confusion filled with traps and puzzles. The elves and spirits transformed into monsters and animals, and the forest was no longer a safe place. However, a few humans ventured inside to discover what happened. Those who were able to find Rudis and Mordethelia were said to be granted with magical prowess, as if a knot in the weave had been split and opened in the very spot. A city was built around this forest. The forest is now known as the Betrayer's Grove. It is more an attraction nowadays than a mystical forest, though many don't venture inside. Some have gone in and disappeared. Others have set up business and shops inside the grove to help those who go in. Around the city is the grove. Around the grove is a city that decided that their entire point being behind a civilization was the study of magic. Libraries have floating shelves, and many of the city has floating islands along with other things. A lot of people speculate that because the magic of the forest kind of bleeds out, that's the reason why they built that form of city. Wizards from all over the world come to Whitecap to increase their knowledge of magic. This, in turn, has forced the city's leaders to perform a more organized approach to teaching their wizards magic, otherwise it would spiral into chaos. So what it used to be was that they could come to libraries, you can just buy magic and do whatever you wanted. They had to organize it, and they created the Council of Magistrators, who are mages that oversee the entirety of the city. They now have colleges and very strict laws on how you obtain magic. It doesn't talk about the necromancy ban.
So they started this control on things out of fear and not out of, not for a reason. Like
it was out of organization because they didn't want the city to spiral into chaos.
So, okay, so out of fear of chaos.
Mm-hmm. The city's golden age was essentially when it was being built, and it was very small, and they just had like infinite resources of magic, and people just could come and just learn all they wanted. But it started a lot of problems, and they were like, we gotta organize this. A lot of people weren't happy about it, but they had to do it anyways because they wanted the city to thrive.
All right, that was a lot.
You guys are like setting up for bed.
What time of day is it?
Oh,
It's nighttime.
Are we gonna go talk to Sheila?
Doesn't look like everyone wants to, so no.
I'm fine with talking to her.
Yeah, I can go.
Okay.
Does a shrug mean yes in your culture?
I'm being follow it. I have
Okay, we'll just go.
nothing else to do.
Let's do it.
All right,
So
you
you guys
guys.
more than I do right now.
You guys make your way through the city, and you make your way over to the grove, and you can see the trees. They're strange as you continue to stare at them. They're warped, they're dark, and even at nighttime, it's almost like they're not even there, but they are. It's just such a weird thing to look at. Looking into the entrance, it's almost like it continues to get longer and longer and longer as you stare into it. And it just gives you all a very uneasy feeling.
Do I even feel uneasy about this?
Yeah, you're like, this is not a natural forest at all.
Okay.
This is something very, very strange. You'd still get your abilities in it,
Right,
but like,
right.
yeah, it's just very, very weird. It's like there's something off, but you can't tell what it is.
Okay, we're gonna go over there.
All right. As you step in, I need everybody to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, we're stepping into the forest?
You're starting to walk in. Olivia is walking
I
in.
thought that the woman was going to be here at night.
She's not there.
Okay, then we're not gonna go in.
I'm fine to go in.
I'm not just gonna go in because of the wisdom saving throw, but I can do it still. I don't.
Everyone gets a +3.
If you're not stepping in, then you don't have to make the save.
Paladin.
So if you're stepping in, make the save.
I don't know. Step in. Don't worry about it.
Like I said, everyone gets a +3. So.
Wisdom save?
Yep.
There we go. 26.
Okay.
It's not good.
16.
Okay.
15.
12.
Oh, you didn't step
11.
in?
No,
Oh, I was stepping in because I thought you were leading us in.
no, and then I said I'm not going to.
Okay.
Wait.
It's
I
okay.
think
Everybody's all right.
Alright.
You all walk in, and you kind of have to get over the feeling of stepping in. It's like, it's weird. It's like, I really don't want to go in here. It's not scary. It's just wrong. Like, it's like you shouldn't. Like, I really shouldn't be doing this. But you're like, and you kind of push through and go in anyways.
My fur's all bristly.
Yeah, you're like, ugh. And as you step in, it's like hitting a wall. It's like stepping in a completely different area as you walk in, and the ground underneath you just feels weird, and it's just you just feel uneasy.
I'll turn around once we step in.
So you turn around, Olivia is just standing there. She's not going in.
Do I see?
If I speak, can she hear me? Like, I would, like, say, Sheila must be inside.
Yeah. You can hear her.
You can take that bet if you want, but
We came here because you wanted to.
she was supposed to be outside of the forest.
Alright, so
Oh.
I'm going home then.
But then, yeah, I guess I'm gonna leave if we're not gonna meet her tonight, right?
This place is cursed. Don't want to go in here.
It's cursed and it's in the middle of the city.
They built the city around it, yes. It wasn't
And we're
cursed.
just
when-
gonna
We're
leave
gonna
it.
step out if
That
we're not
seems.
going in.
It wasn't cursed when they built the
We're
city.
gonna step out.
I don't think we should investigate, maybe free the city of whatever crazy curse is here.
I mean,
Add it to the list
Does
of
it make
things.
it sound like the city is under a curse, or just the forest is under a curse?
it's the forest that's the cursed thing. Supposedly
Fair
killed
enough. I guess I'll leave.
with elven monsters and a not deity, but very powerful creature in the middle.
Right on then.
You
Get
guys
back home. I go to
make
bed.
your way back home. You all get prepared and you start making your way to sleep on the gross, disgusting floor that Craig is currently trying to sweep, but
Oh,
he
great.
can't do because he's bad at it. He's
You're doing
like,
great, buddy. You're
I
doing
think I'm
great.
just gonna.
Sorry,
Sleep
guys.
outside.
The people to fix all this will be here tomorrow, apparently. Luckily, I didn't need a permit to buy that.
Do I know if I casted Mordecai's private sanctum, would that keep me away from the nasty dirt?
Yeah.
Area? Okay, I cast it in my room.
All right. You all head to sleep.
I'm outside.
You're outside?
Yeah.
Druid.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a
into like
courtyard in the middle of it.
Really?
Yeah, and
Oh.
it's like grass and there's a tree and there's a
Perfect.
gross fountain.
Turn into like a little cat and you go to bed.
Yeah.
You all head to sleep. Olivier. You dream. And as you dream, all you can see is these strange runes in writing that kind of just flash here and there. There's fire. There's blood. And as these images begin to move past you and you're trying to just stay away from them, you see the face of one of the cultists that you killed, one of the warlocks. You watch as you dream of his face just slowly sinking back as his neck opens up and the blood sprays out, and his mouth infinitely opens and just begins to melt downwards, and his head just begins to sink into the dirt, and his eyes spill out of his head, and you just hear screaming, and you wake up in a sweat.
I'm assuming she wakes up screaming.
Sort of. Yeah, you were like speaking in your sleep, and then you didn't wake up like, you were just like, ugh. Like, it's freaky. And you were definitely screaming while you were asleep, but as you wake up, there's no sound coming from your throat.
Okay.
You hear a footstep.
I'm gonna look around and check to see if everyone's here.
You're in like your room,
Oh, okay.
and there's nothing in here.
I'm gonna get up and look through the
As
house.
soon as you get up, you freeze as you see a hand peer around your like the door frame. There's no door there because it fell over when you went to bed.
Would any of us have heard the screaming?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
She wasn't like ah. She wasn't screaming.
Okay.
She just woke up like ah.
Okay.
You were screaming in your dream.
Oh.
The hand you don't recognize, and as this arm begins to kind of peer around the side of the door, you see these glowing yellow eyes. This figure stumbles forward. Its hair is kind of pulled down to its side. It just lazily looks at you, and you see drips dripping from the neck of it, and it holds up its hand to you, and you recognize this figure as the person you just dreamt about. And that is where we're going to end tonight's game. Is on that creepy-ass note. Thanks for joining us, guys. This was mostly introductions for new characters and other stuff and new story things going on, so I'm sorry if it wasn't too exciting, but next week will be pretty crazy because Olivier will be dying.
Well, hopefully not. There's a lot to look forward to come up. And just for those of you that are interested, a few different people asked for a Dark Souls 3 stream, and Olivia offered to play it. So I bought the game, and we're going to start it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Assuming nothing breaks, I haven't tested it. So
if you guys want to watch them play some Dark Souls, come be here tomorrow at 10.
And I will be here, and then of course at 3 o'clock we'll have Tesseract.
Cool.
So,
and this will be the party for the continuing games. Tyler and Marshall is returning. Everybody was like, "Is Marshall gonna play?" Yeah, he's coming back. He's just got a new character. Tyler will be a part of the game as well. Angela will be here for a few weeks, but you'll be here for 3 weeks. So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week on the next episode of Sunder.
Robbie Reed, if you'd like to pay money to watch Olivia play Dark Souls and scream in anger, you won't have to. Just get on tomorrow. Donate if you want, but you don't have to.
Oh my gosh.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Easy roll dice.